Hello and welcome to another episode of The Kennel. Today, we're going to be dissecting the week of upsets. It was a week where almost every single underdog won and won well. Obviously, the Bulldogs got thrashed by the Knights, missing Dillbags, Ponga, and Trey Mooney. St. George lost to the Titans. The Storm lost to the Cowboys. And so much more. Like, this week has just been a ridiculous week of rugby league. I think I got like 1 out of 8 for my tips. Yeah, it's drama, but it's so much fun, and this is what we're here for. And with us today to talk about all things upsets, my trusty co-hosts Dibbo and Zaatar. Good week, boys. How you doing?
Great week. Fantastic.
I was actually making arrangements for a wake, but managed to make time to come, here in,
Who died?
Bulldogs and Dragons seasons.
No, not them. Kyle Flanagan, as you saw, he got airlifted off the field.
I hope he's okay, by the way.
Yeah,
I hope he's okay, man. Like,
I bet it was
looked pretty sickening. And you can as a
face on face. I think it's his first concussion.
I think, which is a good thing that he hasn't had many of them. But I just saw looking up like here's the thing: when he got knocked out, there's two things I always remember in my head. The fans are gonna say thank God.
Oh yeah.
And his dad's gonna be like, oh no. Because he's a dad and a coach.
I looked at him in the coach's box. I didn't think he realised the severity of the situation. He probably thought, okay, my son's being knocked out. Like, he's probably just concussed. But he didn't know that his son was knocked out for more than 5 minutes. That's what he didn't know.
Was he actually out more than 5 minutes?
More than 5 minutes. I read the quote from Shane after the game. More than 5 minutes. But I think he's going to be all right. I hope he's all right. But I'll just point out one thing. I know there's an 11-day stand down for HIA. If you're out cold for more than 5 minutes, I reckon he should be probably rested much longer than
11 days is the minimum. We've seen.
I'd say they probably should give him like about 3 or 4 weeks off. Like 4 weeks, to be honest. What's so funny? 4 weeks, and hopefully whoever replaces him gets some form. So hopefully that 4 weeks becomes permanent.
Only for his well-being, not for any other reason.
Yeah, hopefully it becomes permanent after that. But yeah.
All right, look, there's a lot to talk about. But as you guys know, last week we started with some really interesting segments, and we're going to continue that. So, first segment is we're going to do the Barry of the Week. The Barry of the Week. Barry of the Week is pretty much a segment where we sort of talk about the dumbest plays that happen by whether it's footy players or coaches or admin or refs or whatever. Like, it's just something stupid that someone's done in rugby league.
Oh.
And today there's 3 of them.
Yeah, let's hear this.
Right? There's 3 of them. So, the 3 are the players tackling after a penalty has been given, but they haven't advanced 10 meters. So today it was Corey Horsburgh, and yesterday it was Dylan Lucas. And who was the third one?
It was in the Tigers game. I'm just looking it up.
It was was it Kosi?
It was
Pompey, wasn't it?
Pompey. Pompey,
yes.
Adam Pompey.
The most brain-dead thing you could do in rugby league.
The most surprising thing about this...
Besides being a St. George player. But
No, but the craziest thing about this is, it's not that one person did it this week, or 2 people did it this week.
3 people.
3 people, the same infringement. And the thing is, like, as much as we give shit to the refs, you can't give shit to the refs about this. This was just dumb.
But I can give the refs shit and the bunker about certain things, high tackles. You hit a player around the chest.
The Dragons one was so good.
And it wasn't only the Dragons. There was another game. I'm trying to remember who. Oh, hang on a sec. The Newcastle player, the Newcastle winger didn't even hit the Canterbury player. Hit him on the chest as well. And he got penalised as well. And what's worse is the bunker doesn't even pull up the ref and say, look, that wasn't a tackle, overturn your decision, and play it for tackle 3 or tackle 4. Why?
The bunker doesn't get involved on the run.
Like, why? You can get involved in other things, but why not something like that? Why?
Look, I prefer
that was embarrassing. He hit him right here.
See, on the fly, I don't mind when refs get it wrong. If the bunker was to get involved, that would piss me off as a fan. Like having the bunker get involved every couple of minutes.
But as blatant as it was down here,
yeah, but that's fine.
That's all right.
He can make a mistake.
I don't care when a ref makes a mistake. It's when the bunker makes the mistake. If a ref could make 50 mistakes a game, I'm all right with that.
And where's the touchies? Like, hey, sorry, but touchies should step in and say, look, it wasn't high, just reverse the decision and play on.
Go straight out.
It's so bad.
Straight out.
Like, where's his eyes
I question what were all the...
Like, his eyes are painted on.
Honestly.
What?
I question what all the touchies actually do.
Like, the eyes are painted on. No kidding. They're actually painted on.
The forward passes left through for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, honestly, we were watching in the stands, and we could
horrible
see it was forward.
Yeah.
We were about 50 meters away.
Is this the Crichton Falcon when he threw the ball into Burton's head. That was forward too.
It was which one was it?
Was it?
I don't know. It was I don't know.
But Crichton's pass into his head was forward.
Yeah, 100%. But
And I don't know how they missed that. But anyway, then again, I shouldn't say that because the week before, Kirione Katonga threw the forward into Gutherson. Yeah, I know his player got held back, but the guy threw a forward pass straight to Gutherson and ended up being a sin bin or penalty try. Please call the forward passes and use your common sense.
But yeah, the barrier of the week has to be the stupidest, like dumbest plays by Pompey, by Corey Horsburgh, and by Dylan Lucas. Like they were, and the thing is, you had other players like Adam Pompey. Okay, he did it. It was a brain explosion.
It was the first.
It was all right.
It wasn't the worst.
Continue next day,
But it got better and better.
Yeah, and it was like there was so like the one by Corey Horsburgh was actually like.
You know, I actually don't agree with that because the ref actually moved back 10 meters and then Corey Horsburgh made the tackle. I actually don't think.
No, but even though he moved him back 10 meters, it was still within the initial first 10.
You had moved him back 10.
Yeah.
Who was the worst? I thought Dylan Lucas. No.
I thought Dylan Lucas's one was just bizarre because our team wasn't even back on
Yeah,
the 20 yet.
That's what. Yeah, that's
agree,
what I think. For that was I don't know. They're all pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought.
I just thought because Corey Horsburgh was the third one of the week.
Learn now, mate.
Yeah.
Learn.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the barrier of the week. What was your barrier of the week? Leave your comment down below. We'd love to hear what you thought was the Barry Crocker of the week. And look, if you do enjoy our content, if you are enjoying what we're doing, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. You can flame us. You can talk shit. You can do whatever you want. But we're gonna have a lot of content coming out. So please, if you are interested and do like our stuff, press all the buttons and click the bell icon because then you can get notified when we release our content. Now, next segment. Defensive player of the week.
Ooh, there was some good. Brisbane's fullback was pretty good. Reece Walsh pulled up some pearler tackles in defence. Pasami Solo was absolutely bruising. I mean, you saw it. He basically put Curran out of the game with that bruising tackle under the ribs. Textbook.
That would have been.
You couldn't even criticise the tackle. He picked him up and launched him.
Nah, bro, that was a textbook rugby league. Hit.
Mate, that was state of origin intensity.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't like what Holbrook didn't. Only put him back on towards the end of the game. Man, Will Kennedy was fantastic in defence as well. He pulled off some pillar of tackles. I'm going to run with Pasami Solo simply because of his bruising defence for that half an hour. He's playing against Canterbury. They always come at you. He put a dent in the Bulldogs team.
He was.
I'm going Pasami Solo, and special mentions for those other two fullbacks. Elmo, yours?
Great call. Now, look, I'll be honest with you. Pasami Solo, he was one of the underrated signings by the Knights. Like everyone's talking about Trey Mooney and Dylan Brown, but they also signed Pasami Solo from the Raiders.
Yeah. And you know what Ricky said about him and Trey Mooney? He goes, it's not that they're not first grade material. It's just I couldn't find them a spot because we've got such a stacked forward pack. Ricky said it. He goes, these guys would start at most other teams. He's on the money. Trey Mooney was fantastic till he got suspended.
Oh, bro. If they had Trey Mooney against the Dogs, I think they would have scored, honestly, 2 or 3 more
tries. And Pasami Solo, I mean, you guys are missing some plays, but Pasami Solo finally got some decent game time to show what he can do.
100%.
Good signings by Holbrook.
My defensive play of the week, I actually want to give it to the whole Tigers team.
Yep, a good shout.
Right? There were heaps of good individual plays, but why I want to give it to the Tigers team is because for a long time, the Tigers would, if they lost one of their main players or if they were under adversity or, if they brought in a new player, they would usually buckle under the pressure. What I saw from them against the Warriors was that they went to New Zealand. They were missing, Luai. They had Jock Madden, who we actually mocked, last week. Had a fantastic game. That
was his best game of his career.
Yeah, 100%.
But as I told someone today who told us that the Dragons should sign Jock Madden, I'm like, please, he's still a glorified Luke Brooks in my eyes. But anyways.
Look, one game doesn't make a superstar, but it's that whole performance for me was so... Like, if this is the Tigers moving forward, they'll win more games than they lose. Because Adam Dewey playing excellent, right? Their forwards, I thought their forwards were great. And then they've got that Tino Tavana and Hamasi Makasini. Like, they've got some young players that are playing out of their skin. And I thought Buller was excellent, to be honest. I thought Buller had one of his better games.
I reckon he's on notice.
He's good. Keep doing what you're doing, Buller.
He only shows up in good periods.
I'm starting to think Tigers are going to be our smoky for the 8.
Tigers or Knights?
No, Knights are running out of troops already.
No, I think Knights.
I think Knights will injury will affect them. That's what will get them in the end. But Tigers are my smoky. Things are going good for them.
Yeah, I want to see how they go for 24 rounds or whatever, 27
Let's
rounds.
just go to round 16 first, and then we'll go from there.
But I think like the defensive display, even against the Rabbitohs, right? The Tigers against the Rabbitohs. The Rabbitohs had a lot of attack on the Tigers line as well, and the Tigers defended well. They only lost by 4 points. Then they went to New Zealand and did what they did, and they defended very well because the Warriors, they had Luke Metcalf back, they had Barney back, and they put on a lot of plays, but the defense of the Tigers was unrelenting. So that's sort of my defensive call of the week.
I'm with you on the Tigers. There was a 10-minute period in the game, and I was messaging in a couple WhatsApp groups. The Tigers have not touched the ball.
Yeah.
The Tigers still haven't touched the ball. The Tigers still haven't touched the ball, and the Warriors didn't capitalize for a single. Did no damage. They threw everything they could at them. 10-minute period, and I'm an open Tigers hater, so. But it was good. It was good. Like 10 minutes straight of just pummeling that line. 6 again calls, like that could be questioned for days, like didn't know where they came from, but they stuck to it and they stuck to their game plan and they kept going and broke down the Warriors. Warriors ended up falling apart.
And the Warriors were, I think, probably outside the Panthers, probably the most impressive team at the start of the season. To be honest, I'm not writing the Warriors off. I think it was more this week is a bit of a
season's done.
Yeah, bit of an anomaly. A lot of the good teams lost to the teams that they were expected to beat. Now, attacking play of the week. So we've spoken about defensive play of the week. We want to talk about the attacking play of the week. The
attacking player?
Yeah, or play or move or something that you saw that absolutely stood out for you in attack.
I've got two.
Give us one so you don't hog.
Okay. You probably end up having one.
We'll let you have the two. We'll let you have the two after Elmo's done his opinion. All right.
I'll go for the first one. It's going to go in Manly. Like, I know which one you're thinking of. Are we going to go for the same one?
No, I was hoping... No. I was hoping you would say something I didn't have to offer my opinion. But anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Inside 30 seconds, two tackles. Like, it's going to go there.
You know that Jason Saab, Elmo, I was watching the game with Elmo, and I kept saying if Manly do quick shifts to left or right, they're very damaging. Yeah. Lo and behold...
30 seconds in.
And they did it a few times more, but abandoned it, which is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, now they've got...
So I think coach. Jason Saab should be in the first grade team, in my honest opinion. But that play...
But that was made for Jason Saab.
That was made for him.
And they used to... So quick. Manly's got these players with scintillating speed. It's a crime. They don't do quick shifts, early shifts to the left or right. It's a crime. And
so he called out like Tolotau Kula. They shift to him. Like he said that they should shift. And then 3 minutes later, they shifted to him. And he absolutely burnt them. The only thing I blocked in that play, I was complaining that Kula had him pushed up, if you remember. Yeah, that's right.
But he still got through, you know.
Bro, he's so strong. He's so quick. I
just don't understand why Manly don't employ those tactics more often.
That was a great call. I think that was a great call about the play.
I don't know if Elmo's going to share the same opinion with me on his player of the week or player of the week. Yeah. For me, it is Adam Doueihi.
Wow. Yep.
All right. So Adam Doueihi, I mean, obviously they lost Luai. Adam Doueihi copped a lot of flack for last week, right? And I thought that was very unfair.
Yes.
He lost Luai, and this is not meant to be detrimental to Luai because I still think if Luai's there, they absolutely still kill the Warriors.
Agreed.
But you had Jock Madden in there, and a very able player. But Doueihi just stood tall, man. Dewey's been absolutely scintillating at the Tigers for this last, near 1 year. And he showed it on the weekend. He was in basically everything. He's literally 6'3" halfback. He's very tall. People don't realise this. And, man, he's just phenomenal. Like, he's always been a skillful, classy player. When he was 18, 19-year-old, when he debuted for Souths, he already had the ball skills and all that. Like, he's it.
And just to back you up, 2 line breaks, 1 line break assist, 2 try assists.
And bruising in defence,
and 9 tackle breaks. So, he was clearly like the master of ceremonies, so to speak.
He's literally he's almost like he's 6'2", 6'3", nearly, and he plays in the halves.
He was very good.
But he moves like he's a genuine back.
He was very good.
He's phenomenal.
That's actually a great shout because I wasn't going to say Adam Doueihi, but I think he deserves it.
You could have made a case for Cleary, but Cleary does it week in, week out. They're pretty much, it was a home game. He had Blaise Talangi tearing him to shreds, his whole team. But this guy, to go over to New Zealand, who've been whacking everyone there, and they've got a favourable draw, and the Tigers come around and not just win, they absolutely demolished him. He more than deserves my player of the week.
I think it's a fair point.
Anyway, Elmo, you on?
Mine is the absolute, peach of a pass by Harry Grant out to his winger.
Winger, yeah.
What a pass, bro. What a pass. Like, he just looked, bro, what a...
Will Warbrick is a winger.
Will Brick is a freak.
He knows where to position
But
himself. He's very
honestly,
alert.
Harry Grant is quickly becoming one of the, like, what a freak of a player. Like, that pass that he threw left to right, and it felt like it was so, like, he was nonchalant.
Yeah, that was-
He
that
just
was
got in
great.
and he just threw it. Like,
Yeah.
here you
Yeah.
go.
He's
Like,
done
it wasn't
He's
oh
done
my
it
God, I'm going to
You
throw
know
it.
what the most
No, he's done it
impressive
before.
The most impressive part of that pass is it didn't go too high. It didn't go too in front. It didn't hit him like
It was
behind
just
him.
Yeah, it was
perfect.
right on his
right
chest.
in front of him, right on his chest, ready.
And
for
it
him to
wasn't,
catch.
I know a lot of people say Harbour Bridge pass, but if anything, it wasn't even, it was more like a Golden Gate Bridge pass. Like Harbour Bridge would have looped, it would have taken its time to get
wasn't-
there.
it wasn't one of those
This
Harbour
one was
Bridge
just like a missile, straight bang.
Yeah, it was-
you know, it was, everything was perfect about it.
And look, I know that, you know, as you said, Cleary had a great attacking game. A couple of other teams I thought attacked really well. But that pass for me was the best pass I've seen in 2 weeks. Because the last one from Isaiah Katoa was just as good.
Yeah,
We've had,
Qatar did a good pass.
Yeah,
he
we've had-
did.
that was last week.
Yeah, good
against the
pass.
Sharks.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we've had two absolute brilliant passes in 2 weeks. It's such a...
And then the week before, Atkinson game one against Melbourne. That was, you
that
remember, he
was a
stepped
great
in
pass.
and went
That was a great
bang,
pass.
like,
Not
wow.
on the same level, I think.
But we've
as-
literally had 3 weeks where it's just there's been a standout pass, and you're
100%.
like, wow.
Yeah. And I love that those skills are coming back into the game because
Oh, 100%.
it starts to show like there's that playmaking ability still there.
I'm so glad we don't have these forwards that are built literally like Mr. Olympia size. Like, thank God they're still big, but they're becoming like, you know, smaller and more mobile.
All right, so they were our attacking plays of the week. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to review our tips. And let me tell you, I am not keen on anything today
I
because...
went 8 for 8.
Sorry?
I went 8 for 8.
Yeah, all right,
Easy.
bro. If I...
I'm pretty sure I got 2.
Bullshit. Didn't you tip the Broncos?
Yeah, Broncos and Roosters. Who else?
So,
Oh, let's see.
all right. So, we all tipped the Roosters,
Mm-hmm.
right?
One.
All right, 1 out of 1.
Beauty.
We all tipped the Warriors.
Tigers gave us a spanking.
Honestly?
Like, honestly, salute.
Well done. I tipped the Dolphins. You guys tipped the Broncos.
I think the Broncos show me they deserve to be in the top 2 favourites again this year because it looks
No.
like they can win when they want.
The Dolphins were poor. We all tipped the Dogs.
I was actually, you know what? That was the tip that pissed me off the most.
That
Them
was-
and the Melbourne tips pissed me off.
We all tipped the Panthers, rightly so.
Yeah, that was a gimme.
We all tipped the Storm.
Yeah, that pissed me off. They
That
threw
was-
it away.
bro.
They absolutely murdered themselves. They should have won that by like 20 plus.
Cowboys were good though.
No, but honestly, Melbourne was so like here.
But, bro,
They kept making the Cowboys look good.
no, the Cowboys
They
were
should have
good.
run away with it.
Cowboys were good.
They were absolutely spanking them at one stage.
And then Raiders and Sharks. Zaatar and I tipped the Raiders. You tipped the Sharks.
I'll tell you, I wasn't convinced about the Sharks. And I said they will lose at home against Cronulla. Cronulla will bounce back from that humiliation last week.
And they did. They did
Yeah.
in emphatic fashion.
Yeah.
They played very well.
They just got through. We'll
Again,
talk about that.
Yeah, all right, we will. And then Titans and Dragons. Zaatar and I tipped the Dragons, and you tipped the Titans.
I told you from last week they will not win. Actually, I told you on Tuesday they will not win. You know?
That's a disgraceful tip, but you should always back your team.
No.
honestly,
The reason why I win tipping comps more often than not is because I don't biasly tip my own team like a one-eyed fan. You know, and this is probably why I've been winning literally every tipping comp I've been in. Because I didn't tip for a while, but I think I've rejoined tipping comps in the last 3 years straight. I haven't lost a tipping comp. There's been a fair bit of prize money, and I haven't had to put money in. I've won a fair bit of money, and one of the main reasons is I don't sit here and tip on based on prejudice or personal hate or bias and all that. No, tip as I call it. And there's a lot of reasons why I thought they wouldn't win. I still don't think they'll get the spoon, but I knew they were going to lose this game.
So I was 2 from 8.
He was 3.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's funny. I only got
Were you 6 from 8?
5 from 8. Listen to this: 5 from 8, and then somehow increased my lead at work by 2 points.
Wow.
I looked at it. Most people had got 2 or 3 out of 8. One person got 4 out of 8, and I was the only one on 5 out of 8. And the person that got 4 out of 8 was like somewhere down towards the bottom. I think, and I saw it. They had tipped the Tigers. This is what got them to 4 out of 8.
Wow.
And I think it's one of our workers that lives in Victoria. Yeah, she is actually. That doesn't even watch the NRL, so she had no idea who she was tipping. You know, and already 4 rounds in, I've opened up a 5-point lead. So, anyways.
All right, so, very bad round for tipping for Zaatar and myself. I've had the first 3 rounds, I think I was good.
No,
and
we've
then
been good. We actually have.
This round,
Now, if these upsets didn't happen, those 3 big upsets, we would all have...
NRL, but there's always going to be upsets.
Of course, but with 3, we would have had a really solid round. Well, I would have had a solid round. 5 out of 8. I looked at, I think the average was 2.8 out of 8. That was the crazy part.
The average was 2.
Yeah, on the tipping comp I'm on ESPN.
Yeah.
No, I think it was 2.8 out of 8. That was the insane part. A lot of people got 2 or something.
All right, awesome. So now we've gone through our tips, and I think we've learned some difficult lessons.
It was a difficult round to tip. Very difficult.
Now we want to get into our game reviews, and we are going to start with the Dogs versus Knights.
Ooh.
We are going to be reviewing the Bulldogs versus the Knights.
I'm excited. Am I allowed to say that?
I'm going to ask you guys a favor. Please do not hold back.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah? Do not hold back. I'm not going to hold back.
Yeah, go on.
Right? But before I launch into my tirade, I want to get your thoughts first.
If you want me to trash the Dragons, I can start.
No. This is Dogs versus Knights.
Yeah, okay.
Dragons can wait.
Yes.
I know Zaatar's got some feelings, and he's shaking. I can see his hand shaking right now.
Is he going to play the? Is he going to play the Kirk Van Houten Can I Borrow a Feeling cassette?
Zaatar's doing these ones right now. He's shaking with rage.
He's going to play Kirk Van Houten Can I Borrow a Feeling?
Elmo yesterday. I can't wait to do a monologue on this, but thankfully I had 24 hours to calm down, or 28 hours, whatever it is. I'm going to start with the coach.
There you go.
We've had.
Why?
When did the off season start? When did preseason start?
November.
End of November. Some of the players went on internationals, whatever. We started our preseason in November. So we've had half of November, we've had December, and then we've had January and February. 3.5 months. Take out, I don't know, you had a Christmas break, you had some sort of breaks in between, whatever. We had 3 months of preseason. We've had Galvin since round 12 last year, and we're still playing freaking Jenga as a response to the game and not sticking to a game plan. The fact that, and the stats are going to, not side with me over here. We could go through team or player by player.
Don't be polite. Keep going.
No, I'm not going to be
Keep
polite.
going. You were about to hit the next gear, but then you stopped.
No. I'm just saying the stats aren't necessarily going to back me. A lot of this is eye test as well. When your best player on the field in Critter is missing for 40 minutes of the first half, when that whole edge, so Burden, Kickow, Critter, and Kiraz, were getting skinned in the first half, we made the Knights look like 2001 Knights or whatever it was when they went on their grand final. We made them
24 nil
look
half
fantastic.
time. Wow.
Critter got skinned. Kiraz is 100% playing with an injury. I'm not sure why we're playing him. It's the Knights,
he has been lackluster.
Just pull him off. We've got Jonathan Sewer on the bench. Just take him off.
Give him the rest.
Spare us that headache.
Yeah.
Kick out. Not sure what he was doing for the
He was
first 40
being a
minutes 'cause he
cat,
wasn't there.
absolute cat.
Who else? Burden. What was he doing? He ended up with two try assists, a try, whatever it was.
I think he
some
scored
glowing
2.
stats
I think he did everything
in that 20-minute period when the Bulldogs did actually show up.
Yeah, he did
that
everything.
right edge with Toala, Galvin,
Preston,
and Montoya was the only edge that was there for near enough 80 minutes. Not even 80 minutes, but that was the only edge that was actually doing anything. And at the game, we were both there. You watch that field on both sides. I had boys on the other side and the side that we were on. The only person calling for the ball, and the only reason why he ended up with the ball, was Galvin. The whole 80 minutes he's been calling for the ball, except that 20-minute period where, for whatever reason, we thought Critter was a 5'8" because he's done some reps in preseason this year and last year, according to Cameron Serraldo in the press conference. Why isn't Burden getting the ball? Why isn't Hayward delivering the ball? Your hooker should be...
Oh, is that a hooker?
No. Why isn't Burden calling for the ball to start off with? Why is our hooker not running out of dummy half? Why is he finishing a game with 0 runs, 0 meters? And honestly, if you rank all the hookers in the comp, 1 to 17, we have the worst service in the comp. By the time our halves get the ball, it's touched either Salmon, who adds another 5 seconds before getting it to a half. By the time the ball ends up in the half's hands, the defensive line, even if the ref took them back 20 meters for us, they're already in our face. So I'm not sure, and I've seen a lot of Bulldogs fans ripping to Galvin. I'm not sure where the hate's coming from. Like, he's the only one calling for the ball. Like, maybe it's the other side of the field. Burden, that's been in our team for 4 years, produced 4 try assists last year, now coming in this year and not calling for the ball for 40 minutes. Like, we're versing, like, I wish this had Ponga in there and it had Dylan Brown, because I would have put 50 on us and just ended our season right now. Like, that was the most pathetic defense I've seen from a team. It was the laziest off-the-ball effort. And using Galvin as a scapegoat is just not going to work. Like, when you have a 9 that is not taking any runs out of dummy half, when markers weren't even there. Like, there was multiple times where we go up to play the ball and there was only one marker, and like, I would have ran that. I would have ran that from the stands. Like, or quicker service. A lot of the passes landing at people's knees or at their heads, I have no idea what I watched. It was the worst game of the year. In saying that, like, we'll talk about it in our review, I don't think they're going to repeat this sort of performance. This was like, this for me
This
was
is the
everyone
review.
just walked in expecting a win, and in a tight competition, you just can't do it. You just can't do it. They were switched off and didn't realize until halftime, hey, we've actually got a game to play. Because all our key players went missing. The only one calling for the ball was Galvin. He didn't have a blind every game, but there's no reason why is our number 7 running 200 meters? Because no one else is calling for the ball. He's the only one doing anything with the ball. And then the service to him was rubbish. And then in line with that, like, his service wasn't that great, like, out to his edges. He was only passing it to Preston. I thought Tracy, on the back of a good game last week, went missing in those sweep plays, literally gave no options to Galvin apart from a short pass. Like, what's he meant to do? There's not, like, it's very clear. I don't think our gaps are too big either. Before you get too excited about the Bulldogs disappearing, I don't think our gaps are too big. We just need a 7. The fact that we had Hayward on at one time. We had Sullivan on at once. We had Salmon and Mann on the field for, I think it was like a 10-minute period.
Same problems that happened last year happening this year.
That's the thing. Why not just bite the bullet? You realize that Crichton's not getting enough ball. Move Burden over to the right centre. Although Tuala, I thought, has been playing well enough, Burden is still a class above. Burden go to right centre. He doesn't have to call for the ball anymore. That's Galvin's job. SOS control the left side of the field, split the field in half.
I reckon.
And every playmaker take his side. But because yesterday, the only time before Crichton did the switch or whatever, which I don't agree with, was when Galvin was sweeping to the left.
I think you're being too polite. I'm sorry, Dibbo.
No, you far away now. I'm so happy this guy opened his mouth.
I'm
Go
going
on.
to say something.
Yeah, keep going.
I'm going to make a really, really, really bold prediction. If we don't fix some major problems very, very quickly, not only are we going to lose 3 or 4 games in a row, but I actually think we will miss the 8th. And I'm going to tell you something right now. And as a Doggies fan, I love the club. I love the coach. I love the players. I don't give a shit about this disclaimer. I'm just saying that I'm saying this because it's obvious. Against the Dragons, we shouldn't have won. Against the Raiders, we probably shouldn't have won. But we did because somehow we were able to defend, but we weren't able to attack. Now we come up against a team that not only is determined, but needs to prove themselves. A team that is desperate. Because yes, the Knights are desperate. They finished with the spoon last year. We come up against a team with more motivation, better attitude, and a better forward pack. And guess what? We get absolutely slaughtered. We are too small. And we can't keep saying, oh, Leo Thompson this, Leo Thompson this, Leo Thompson that. Leo Thompson is not the silver bullet. Yeah? Don't come to me with this bullshit that, oh, it's going to be Leo Thompson that solves our problem. Our problem in the halves and why people are blaming Galvin is because Ciraldo uses him at 7 when he is clearly not a 7, never has been a 7, never will be a 7. Yeah? You want Galvin to exceed, you want Galvin to succeed, you put him at 6. Stop playing this guy at 7 and then allowing the media, the fans, the spectators to put all the pressure on him. This is a failure from the coach. The fact that you keep choosing him at 7, thinking that something's going to change when we didn't see anything change last year, no matter how long we've had him, and he's had the off-season, as Zaatar said. Yeah, he's still being chosen at 7. It blows my mind. But you've got Sean O'Sullivan. For 10 minutes yesterday, the last 10 minutes, it looked like we knew how to attack. For 10 minutes. We had Salmon, Mann, Hayward, Sean O'Sullivan, Burton all on the field at the same time. But because Sean O'Sullivan was running the show, he's a natural 7. He knows where the ball needs to go. He doesn't need to be, right, using his running game or whatever. He can just pass where it needs to pass and send the ball where it needs to go. We looked like we knew how to attack. And if it wasn't for that intercept by Dom Young, who, by the way, we made look like Israel Folau, right? We may have won. But instead of Cameron Serraldo coming out in a press conference and saying, let's reassess, what does he say? He says, we need Critter closer to the ball. Dude, what are you doing? Why would you put Critter closer to the ball? Cuz your solution is ready made. A hamar like me sitting on the couch can tell you what the solution is. Move Critter back to right, put Burden at left, move Galvin to 6, put SOS at 7. Sure, you drop Anari. Fine, he's been good, but we need to make the right decisions for the betterment of the team. We before me. Yeah, if this experiment is not working. Last year, I defended the coach's decision. I defended the team's decision. But it's not working. It's not like this problem wasn't seen. We've scored less points and less tries than the Titans and the Dragons. We've scored 7 tries. Both the Dragons and the Titans have scored more tries than us. Because how long can we bury our heads in the sand and fans and say, oh no, but in Serraldo we trust. Of course we trust in Serraldo. But dude, there needs to be a change. And don't wait until round 24 or the second game of the finals like you did last year. You need to make a change, guys. Make a change now. There's no point coming to me or coming to the fans round 26 and saying, oh, you know, we could have done things better. Oh, we've taken a lot of learnings. I know we're taking a lot of learnings. I know we are, but there are some obvious learnings that also need to continue to be taken. It's just frustrating. You go to the game, you know what potential the team has, you know that we've got a good team, and yet the coach's strategy is poor. And Adam O'Brien, cuz! Because why did we get Adam O'Brien?
It's got nothing to do with him. This is Cameron Serraldo. He needs to take responsibility.
Bro, it doesn't matter. Adam O'Brien is bringing... I don't want to shit on it. But the other thing, bro, we're so slow. Because how... You can see it. We were there. Because we're so slow. What, bro, they had second rows quicker than our backs. Dylan Lucas is faster than all our backs.
Because he's really a center. But anyways.
Bro, how fast, honestly, how fast did Bradman Best look compared to us?
Bradman Best is quick, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying compared to us, he looked like he was freaking Josh Adokar.
Yeah, I know that feeling when you don't have
We're very slow.
When you don't have a speed man, yeah.
Bro, the Dragons go and sign Philip Sami. Look, he's 29 years old. He's old. I get it. But why aren't we going for someone like Alafiana Camperera? Why aren't we going for a Jesse Arthurs? Why didn't we go for a Jermaine Asako? Why aren't we plugging in the gaps with plays that we need to plug them with? I'll tell you why. Because we aren't addressing all the problems in the team. We have wingers and centers like Montoya and Kiraz because we need them to make up for the lack of forward movement, for the lack of props. Max King has not been the same player since he came back from Origin. He has not played one game where you can say, this guy stood out. Sorry, not one game. If I'm wrong, either of you tell me.
No,
he has not played a single game where he's actually stood out. He was nowhere to be seen in the finals. Not a single game. Sitili Tupanua yesterday came on at the 24th minute and played 56 minutes straight. He ran for 200 meters, never ever slowed down. His leg speed was non-stop. You know what? Curtis Morin would have done better in this team as a prop than our props. Max King, where was he? What did Max King do? Hipoi, 16, 20 minutes, whatever it was. Why are you choosing them? And he does it all the time. Sam Hughes, 22 minutes. Opoi, 22 minutes. Because what are you trying to achieve? It's not like you have a prop playing at 13 that can come in and do the hard carries. Salmon can't do those hard carries. It has to change. I'm telling you now.
He needs bruising runs.
Bro, can you imagine if the Knights had Trey Mooney? Because if they had Trey Mooney, they would have put 50 on us. Trey Mooney's been out of his skin. Why didn't we try and sign Trey Mooney or Pasami Solmo? We went and signed Leo Thompson and that's it.
He's happy having his backs do 250 meters a game.
It doesn't make sense.
250 meters or 250 of easy meters, they ain't going to bend the line or bruise the defense.
Honestly, my fear is that Leo Thompson might be Tom Amon 2.0.
No, he's able. It's just unfortunate he's got a
honestly, like there were rumors in the off season that they weren't very happy with his fitness, which is fair enough. But I mean, look, next week we've got the Rabbitohs, right, for Good Friday. Week after that, we've got the bloody Panthers, who are unstoppable. The week after that, who do we have? We've got the Eels. Week after that,
oh nice.
Right, week after that, who do we have?
What a relief they got what a relief he's got the Eels.
We've got the Broncos. We're gonna lose 4 games in a row.
Nah,
Watch, we're gonna lose 5 games in a row.
What a relief he's got the Eels.
Bro, Like yesterday, the Eels would have put 40 on us.
Bullshit.
Bro, at least they have a 7.
They only scored points because the Penrith player went to the bin.
Yeah, I know, but at least they have a 7 that can direct them around the park.
Man,
At least they have forwards that are making an effort.
Ordinary yesterday.
Bro, 2 of our 80 puts on all of our forwards except Tupanua.
Sorry, you got nothing to worry about with Pez, I can tell you now.
Honestly, unbelievable. Like, at some point, as a Doggies fan, you can't just be like, oh, let's toe party line. Well, I'm not going to toe party line. Sorry. I know Doggies fans are going to come after me. 100%. But we have genuine problems in our team that need fixing. Speed, size, halves, positioning, fullback. They've just got to re-sign Connor Tracy because I don't mind Connor Tracy. I like him. But he's not it. We're never going to win a grand final with Connor Tracy, our fullback. I kept saying for years, that a player like Gutherson, for example, is good, but he's not a grand final winning fullback.
Look, just
At the Eels at his prime. Sorry, but Connor Tracy is not a grand final winning fullback. It might be a grand final winning winger. Maybe. Because he's a good finisher, he's got speed, good defense, but he's not a grand final winning fullback. Especially not with our spine. Inexperienced hooker, 6 playing at 7.
He's not a hooker.
Sorry, I had to rant, bro, but like after a point, it's like, dude, you know, you support the team, you shut your mouth, you toe party line, but it gets to a point where, like, how has the coach not seen it? How does the coach come out and say we didn't get dominated in the press conference? Dude, were you watching the same game I was? Did we not get, bro, as a third party, did we not get dominated in the forwards?
Man, he's got absolutely, like, annihilated. It was Pasami Solo bashing it. Like, he wasn't the only one that was, like, smashing.
How good was Saifidi?
Saifidi, Dylan Lucas, like, their whole forward pack. Crocker, everyone.
Bro, Crocker is average at best. Like, you know, if Crocker played 110 at 110%, he's average. Because we made him look like he was Menzies.
Frizz went up the middle, Tyson Frizzell. He was playing prop.
Bro, he's 40 years old.
Yeah, okay. You know, McEwen looked bruising in defence. Like, you know, he's only 20, 21. Like, I thought to myself, like,
and
wow.
the worst of all is we have to put up with Knights fans who now think they actually have a team. Let me put it to you. You guys aren't going to make that. You guys are still garbage.
Like, their forwards were brutal. Like, their forwards were brutalising your forwards, your team as well. And they had a player in the bin. And I thought to myself, wow. And they basically couldn't buy a penalty or a 6 again at stages, you know? Like, you know, it was just that demoralising for Canberra in the first half. You know, they went in at half-time, I think, 2 tries up?
16-0 down.
Yes, okay, 3 tries up. I thought, wow, man, they could have been a lot more up as well.
Yeah.
Like, it was that dominant. Like, you know, and then obviously Holbrook had a bit of a brain fart with his interchanges in the second half.
60-40 possession at halftime. It was like the most disgusting.
But they brutalised you. Like, they were smacking you with hits and runs. Like, and then, like I said, Holbrook had a brain fart. Like, some of those bruising plays in the first half didn't see action towards the end of the game. What was he doing for that 30, 35 minutes? You know, like...
Bro, it felt like 2023.
Like, they were dominating your forwards. They were brutalising them.
We had no answers. The problem is...
And this is the team that came last year.
Yeah, but we had no answers. The problem is, it's not only that we didn't have answers, it's that, bro, the guy's playing musical chairs at the end of the game.
Yeah,
I knew we had injury. Because you've got a prop on the bench with Fletcher Baker. Why not bring Fletcher Baker on?
Can I add something as well? It was a shit effort all around. I'll tell you why. Fletcher Hunt was going past Crichton repeatedly, and Crichton's known for his defence.
Gagai was outstepping Crichton cars. Gagai!
Like
Gagai's fucking 70!
I shouldn't have brought that up. The guy just got the shit. He took it to a whole new level. You know, like, but Fletcher Hunt keep going past Crichton, and the commentators were pointing it out. Like, you know, something they got right.
Skinned like 3 or 4 times.
Remember we were calling it? Like, what's wrong with Crichton today?
Kick out, he absolutely, he was a cat in that field. He bitched it. He saw Pasami Solo bashing you guys in the forwards. What does he do by halftime? Did someone point out what he did at halftime by halftime? Two runs, hanging out on the edge. Hey, I'm a forward. For someone that's played the game before, I'm a forward. I'm going to take it up the guts and hit him back and start smacking him. Instead, he's hanging out on the flanks with the backs. What a cat. That was absolute cat. I hope he sees this. You know, and if he wants to prove me wrong, come out this Good Friday against South Sydney and absolutely trash him and say, hey, that dickhead from the podcast, this is for you. That's what he should do. And I'll be happy to cop that if he wants to turn around and make it up.
But the thing is, when in the second half, for that 20 minutes, he played in the middle. And he ran so hard and he made bruising runs and he was making inroads.
Of course, but after what?
What have I been saying for a year? Like, put him at prop.
After what? I want to make it up after what? After I go into the sheds and Serraldo absolutely gave me a backhander? Because I guarantee you Serraldo would have given him a backhander at half time.
Even one of the
But after
trainers,
what?
one of the trainers came out and was giving it to Berto about the way they were playing. If you saw the video.
That was the switch.
But he's
part.
forwards. He's
That was
forwards.
the switch to move him.
No,
to
but hang on a
centre and
sec.
think to 5'8".
Yeah, because they're playing
But
shit.
I just want to
No, it
put...
shouldn't have got to that.
No,
That's the
bro.
whole
Was that in the first half?
Second.
Okay,
Second.
good. Because you know what? They were that demoralised. Like, looking at their stats, it probably came in that 20, 25-minute period where they made most of their stats. They had all the
Yeah.
ball, all the calls.
Yeah.
But where were they for the 60 minutes?
My issue is what I was saying at the start. We've had 2.5 months off season, and we're sitting here playing musical chairs to respond to the nights of all teams.
That, like, lose, but in that manner, they should have
it's
lost.
right.
It's not even that. My issue is that it seems like the coach doesn't get it. He's worried about getting Critter. If you want Critter closer to the ball, put him at fullback. Sorry. Put him at fucking fullback. Stop fucking around with people. Put him at fullback.
They didn't lose from dumb footy. That's
They
what's
lost some poor
concern-
strategy.
They lost and getting dominated, but the other team was up for it and they weren't.
They walked in expecting a win. None of them.
That is the wrong attitude.
none of them
Absolutely
They
wrong.
walked in and they thought we're gonna spank these guys.
Like Curran went off with crack ribs. Fucking people. Sorry to swear, but they just stand there and take it. The guy was absolutely brutalising your players. Somebody put up and be the enforcer and absolutely brutalised this guy back.
This is why
That was absolute cat moves.
This is when you need money.
I know, Marnie's playing.
No, don't worry about that because Marnie wouldn't have bruised him. But
They wouldn't have, but he wouldn't have done the.
You needed one of your big men to stand up and absolutely whack him or whack someone from the team and go tit for tat. It was absolute cat moves.
Because why choose Hot Boy, who plays big minutes in New South Wales Cup, and then give him like 20 minutes?
20 minutes.
I looked at your bench; they all got poor minutes, like literally.
Why?
I don't know why Sullivan's there at hooker. Start him at halfback then if you're going to use him. He's not a hooker.
But he did. The last 10 minutes, he was at 7. He was getting
thought
the
he was
ball.
at 9.
No, he was getting the ball at 7, bro.
Get him on first. He was
Yeah,
getting
And
the
you know
ball.
what? I don't like that. What's he going to do in 15 minutes at 7?
That's the point.
That-
But that's what I'm saying.
What's wrong with putting him 1 or 2 weeks in a row at 7 and see how it goes? I hate this whole bullshit tinker and 15.
I was saying that in the review. The
Does
last thing I
nothing.
want to see from Serraldo is musical chairs. Or not for those words, but like tinkering.
We
moving
called that
runners
a-
to centre,
do you remember-
moving someone else to 7? I don't want to see that.
Do you remember
mid-game.
we called that in 2024? We called it musical chairs,
Yeah,
if you
that's
remember.
right, yeah.
The Tinker Man. That's
Yeah,
what
the
got him
Tinker Man,
unstuck
yeah.
towards the back end.
And it's the problem is like he doesn't have
And he did it again last year.
he doesn't have a Toby Sexton to throw under the bus this year. That's the problem. He has to now face his decisions straight in the face. Like he needs to look at it straight in the eyes and say, I chose Galvin. Galvin was my decision. I want to stick with Galvin.
Look.
Stick with Galvin. Put him at 6.
He's got 2 get out of jail cards.
Which are what?
Blame Montoya or blame Salmon.
Nah, man. But like honestly, Salmon wasn't even half the problem. Like he wasn't Salmon.
No, it wasn't because the whole team was getting brutalised.
Yeah, but the whole team's poor.
Yeah.
they were getting brutalised.
Like
You honestly think James Salmon's going to scare the opposition?
Of course not.
Yeah, like, see how I'm just pointing out the problems in the face
It
of
was
it?
just like a lot.
Where
of,
is he going to put on a big hit or a big run? Where?
Bro, he
What is
runs
it?
backwards. He runs negative
Where is
meters.
he going to scare? Where is he going to scare players off the like of, for example, Joe Tarpany? What's he going to do to Joe Tarpany?
You know, the thing is, I don't really. Like, I do care, but I also don't care. Like, if our forwards aren't dominating, like this is a weak Newcastle pack. They don't even have the biggest forward pack in the comp. I don't expect to get dominated by them. But even against any pack, even if we're not getting, like, if we're not dominating the other pack or we're playing, I don't know, like 8 out of 10 or whatever.
All I know is your
as
forwards,
long as the ball service,
your forwards.
is moving around. We're moving the ball around, and the effort is there. Because yesterday on the ball effort was disgusting.
Your forwards need to do
And
more
off the
work.
ball.
Sorry, but in attack, they got to start taking work
Sorry,
off the
but
backs.
Max King needs to spend a couple of weeks in New South Wales Cup.
Look, I'm not just pointing out to him. I'm pointing out to the whole team.
Max King, bro, Max King is a prop. He played 46 minutes. Yeah? Meters, he ran for 115 meters. Yeah? For 13 runs.
It
Did he have any impact?
must have been soft meters.
Any impact?
115. Felt like he
In
ran.
defense or in attack? Bro,
Honestly,
Sicily
felt like he ran for
Tupanua-
40 or 50 meters.
Sicily Tupanua ran for 202 meters, but you felt every single run from Tupanua.
Yeah.
Every
100%.
single run from Tupanua, you felt it. Max King, no. Right, bro, Lipoi Hopoi. 3 runs for 23 meters.
What's the
he
point?
played him 22 minutes.
What's the
Why
point?
choose him?
What's the point?
What? Bro, Kikau ran for 100 meters. Jacob Preston only ran for 80 meters. I'm not here to blame them, but my point is like,
They got to aim up.
bro, like.
It was just embarrassing.
Look, and we have no speed. Like, there were multiple times where we almost got around them, and our speed let us down, especially on their right-hand side. Montoya and Inari Tuala have to be the slowest wing centre pairing I think we've ever seen in rugby league.
No, St. George supersedes them.
Bro.
Moses Suli and Christian
For me,
Tuapolotu.
it's like speed is super important, but like if we can't even show
Moses Suli and Christian Tuapolotu gets slower.
But bro,
we can't sit on their line. We sat on it. We had a man up and we couldn't create an overlap.
couldn't create an overlap.
That's not speed. That's your halves not doing anything. No.
But even when we did create
Crichton last week decided to do a sweep play. Went from the left side to the right side for that run to set up Connor Tracy for that try. Where was he this game? That first half when we had the overlap didn't show up. That's not speed. Yeah, it's like speed. Honestly, in my opinion, is a cop out. It's a nice to have, but when our halves aren't doing anything, or
it's not a cop out, bro. Our problem is no speed, no attack,
because if
no props.
If we replace one of our wingers with like I don't know, AKP from the Warriors that can't even crack first grade at the moment. Let's say we had him, even Tyrell Sloan, really quick. Whoever it is, I don't think it's going to solve our problem.
Well,
there were a couple.
Absolute criminal. He doesn't play more first grade.
It was poor service.
But yesterday there were a couple of situations where if we had some speed, we did get around a Dane Gagai and we did get around Bradman Best. But because we were slow,
I don't think it's going to create the overlap. It's not going to solve the problem. We can't score.
No, I'm not saying it's going to solve the problem, but it goes a long way to filling gaps that we have at the moment. And we have speed gap.
I think the biggest gap we have is actually the halves.
Yeah, I agree. And you know the solution? It's very easy. It's very easy.
No, it's not. It's actually rocket science, and you have to play musical chairs in second halves to figure it out. Not the fact that we have, we had a 7 sitting, wearing number 17 yesterday.
Anyway.
Yeah,
I want to talk about the Knights a little bit because I...
What are they, 3 out of 4?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I think that they have been
They're looking good.
extremely impressive.
Like they're looking
well done to the Knights.
That good. They even have Kalen Ponga or what's it called? Or
Didn't have
Dylan Brown.
Dillbags, didn't have Ponga or what's his name? Trey Mooney.
They're looking like what's he got? A smoky for the 8.
They've been
Them and the Tigers are looking like smokies.
They've been fantastic. The difference between last year and this year is that there's a drive and there's a want to win.
Oh yeah, they've rediscovered it.
You know what I mean? There's like you look at the way Bradman Best is playing, Greg Marju, even Sandon Smith. Like what a buy he's been for them, right? He's been probably not the first choice player, right, to be there. He was on the bench. He started when Dillbags was there, but he's come in and he's won 2 out of the 3 games that he's started. He's held down the fort so well. Setting up tries, defending well, steering them around the park. And hats off to them because they knew that they were heavy underdogs. They knew they were coming up against a great defense and they were still able to win and win well. I think Fletcher Sharp, I didn't think he was going to be a great 5'8", but I'm going to eat my words.
He's fantastic.
He's doing
He's
awesome.
amazing. He's fast. He's smart. His footy IQ is really good. He
chases every opportunity as well. Like he's always around the ball.
These Knights can choose them, mate.
Even when he doesn't have the ball in hand, he's following that ball around. Like he's always hunting and sniffing for an opportunity, and that's what you want from your good 100%. Players.
Dylan Lucas for me is a smoky for Origin. I still think Preston should be the one that gets it. But I'm so impressed with Dylan Lucas.
I think they both. I can't see why they both can't be in there.
I think Liam Martin's got his position still, bro. Liam Martin's a freak.
They need more bruising attackers, but
I wouldn't have Huddy Young. He's had his chance.
I wouldn't give him Hudson Young, Mr. Nah, he's had his chance. You need bruising attackers. Those 2 are bruising more than Martin.
Fantastic.
Martin's obviously a bruising defender, but those 2 defend well.
Dylan
Lucas is a great defender.
Bro, I reckon Dylan Lucas and Jacob Preston at the moment are the 2 informed second rows.
Bloody oath.
Oh, genuinely.
Of course.
Actually, yeah, they are. No, for sure. And then, I got to give a shout out to Jacob Saifidi. I thought that their props were going to get owned.
He played his best game in a while, man. He played his best game in a number of years.
He took the challenge
he
on.
was good.
And then we mentioned it before, but Pasami Solo, outstanding defense.
He honestly should have got about 50, 60 minutes.
He only got 27 minutes.
Yeah, that was criminal. Absolute criminal.
But he was
Give him
fantastic.
50 even.
And look, I'm willing to say that if they can continue playing well, I think that they will come very close to making the 8.
Yeah.
I think they will come.
They're in
very
the 8
close
at
to
the
making
moment.
the 8.
Yeah, and they're doing well.
Look, I don't know if they're going to be able to hold on for 27 rounds. I don't know. I'm not saying
hard.
they can't.
It's
I'm just saying
hard.
27 rounds is a long time.
They stay fit, they can.
If they stay fit, I think they can.
They've already had a few
but I think a lot
injuries.
of the other teams will also fill their gaps and get a lot better. But I'm very impressed. Thoughts, guys, on the Knights?
Yep.
I thought they played well.
They've
Well above expectation.
Exceeded, they've absolutely exceeded expectations.
Heavy underdogs and came in for the occasion.
Like, I've already
Underdogs
put a
won.
line from not to get the spoon.
There's no way.
I tipped them for the spoon,
I
and
think
then
we said that like week 1 or week 2.
it's funny. We tipped them for the spoon, and then we turned around and saw the first round, and I said, "Oh no, I'm tipping them against the Cowboys." And I thought to myself, "Why did I tip them for the spoon?"
Yeah.
And they vindicated, they vindicated themselves.
100%. There's no way they'll get the spoon.
Yeah, agree.
There's no way they'll get the spoon. And I think it's showing that Justin Holbrook is actually a decent coach.
Agreed.
Credit where it's due. I've never hated the Knights. I always thought Adam O'Brien was the problem.
He
there.
made everyone hate the Knights,
And
and you know what? The Dogs just picked him off. It's funny. He left the Knights. They got better. The Dogs went backwards.
honestly, it's look.
That's why Elmo was justified to have that attack earlier.
Look, I know it's not always cause and effect, but
No, honestly, I agree with that justification. He's in charge of your attack.
No, I think it. I think you have to blame Serraldo.
it has to come from Sordo. He's the one making the calls.
We can't be like
Who recruited Adam
Scapegoating.
O'Brien? I'm absolutely.
Gus.
Yeah, that's a bad
Serraldo.
call.
You sure?
Yeah, Serraldo's
Bad
bad
call.
call. He knows him really well.
He's entitled to make his mistakes. That's a bad mistake. But anyways,
Look, well done to the Knights. I think that was very, very well deserved win. Look, next week's a new week for the Dogs. It's going to be a very, very tough occasion.
what are we expecting? 70, 80,000?
Probably a 60, 65.
I hope so. I hope we get like a massive crowd again as we normally do. Good Friday, the Easter show's on. Anyone going to the Easter show?
Nah.
No, we're going to the
topic.
game.
And then going to the Easter show?
No.
Oh,
Not a
okay.
fan. I just can't be bothered. Too many people. When I was younger, it was good, but now, right, can't be bothered. All right. So I do want to review the Roosters and the Sea Eagles. Roosters win.
I thought the Roosters would.
Comfortably,
I thought they would win
33-16.
with ease, and they did.
Credit to the Manly team. They scored in the after 30 seconds. Tom Trebojevic. We thought, here we go, they're on.
Yeah.
Roosters did look shaky for, I would say, 50 to 60 minutes, and then
What made you think they look shaky though?
what was that?
Just the inability.
They've had a slow start to the year. Yeah, the execution.
Because I thought the execution lacked, like, as in.
They've had a slow start, and
weren't
their
doing
forwards.
anything
The
to
forwards
get over
haven't.
the line?
Yeah,
But
they're getting there. They're starting to open up.
But they completed at 96%.
Yeah, they're starting to
And
get there.
Everyone held their own. I think they only had 1 or 2 errors the whole game.
Look-
and gave away, I think, 0 or 1
And mind you, it was storming and lightning and greasy out there.
Brookvale was drowning.
I
and
think that's the first time in the NRL era somebody's completed 50 sets
I think 52 years. Yeah.
out of 52. That was phenomenal. It was insane.
5 errors, 0 penalties conceded. I just thought the execution lacked yesterday, but that's the first time I've ever
Yeah, but
watched a
3 of those,
Roosters game.
but I might add 3 of those errors when they were trying to pinch the ball off Manly.
Yeah, of
so really,
course.
it was like 2 errors on their own.
But why I wasn't too impressed by the Roosters was because it took them, a good 60 minutes.
Yeah, they didn't blow them away, but they
Yeah.
worked there.
It took them 60 minutes to blow away a Seagulls team that was clearly in crisis. It was clearly that the Seagulls were trying, or the team was trying to play for their coach.
Yeah.
In poor weather. Look,
Or I don't know if they're playing for the coach, but they're in disarray.
discipline was great.
Yeah.
Discipline was great, but I wasn't impressed overly by.
To be honest, I was really impressed.
I wasn't
Not gonna
impressed
lie.
at all.
I was really impressed, like, the fact that they were able to hold out. The Eagles didn't get ahead of themselves. It's the first time they've played with composure all season. Probably even last season, they've never played with composure. I thought they played with a lot of composure this game.
And get pummeled.
What?
And got pummeled.
Not the Eagles, the Roosters.
Oh, you said the Eagles, but anyway.
No, like,
Oh,
they,
thank
they
God.
held out the Eagles.
I'm glad you,
like,
okay. Made
letting,
that.
like, the tries they let in were soft. Like, don't get me wrong. There wasn't anything crazy. Like,
Yeah,
second
they're
tackle.
noted for their slow starts, but they're slowly getting there. They're
see,
getting
like,
there.
all the weaknesses that the Roosters have, which is they're very vulnerable on the edges, the Manly Sea Eagles exposed, and
Yeah.
a better team.
they only exposed the ones.
No,
Manly
what do
played
you mean?
like rubbish.
No, what about Tolotau Kula's try?
Look-
And the setup for Tom. No, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, if you look at if you look at the weaknesses that the Roosters are known to have this year, which is the vulnerability on the edges, a better team will be able to expose that more consistently. Whereas, as we said before, Manly didn't keep going to where their attack
Manly's
was
in all
working.
sorts,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right? So I expected a team like the Roosters, who, mind you, in context, everyone said they're going to win the premiership, they're going to be, number one, this and that. It wasn't that, still not that type of performance. They may be building towards it, but I just think that they came up against a really desperate and uncouth Manly Sea Eagles, who tried very hard for 60 minutes, and it was just a matter of they didn't have the coaching or the tenacity to get across the line. Because I didn't think Manly were too bad, but you could see that there's a gap in their coaching. Like there's something there.
There's a lack of polish.
Yeah, there's a big lack of polish. Whereas the Roosters are literally started from 1 to 17, and they still only won 33-16, and that last Robert Toya try was just like whatever. I'm not a fan of the Roosters, but
I couldn't tell.
You couldn't? I will give credit where it's due, but I don't think that while the discipline was great and they completed 50 or 52 sets or whatever, when you complete 50 or 52 sets, you score 30, 40 points. Clearly.
They scored 33 points.
Yeah, but they didn't blow away. They didn't blow them away.
I think you're being too harsh.
No,
No, because I reckon if this was the Bulldogs that won 30-16 or whatever, and we completed at 96%, you'd be saying something very different. If I'm being honest, you'd be saying Bulldogs played great.
Not really. If we didn't attack well, and even though we discipline, also we defended well, I would say that we had great discipline.
The ground was
the Dogs. When the Dogs
we were praising the Dogs last week.
But what did I say about the Dogs? They defended well, but they couldn't attack. I was very honest about it, and I praised their discipline. I honestly don't think that coming up against a really, really poor Sea Eagles team, I don't think that this performance from the Roosters is anything to write home about. Clearly, the Manly was in shambles because, as we know, Anthony Seibold has now been sacked, and Kieran Foran is the interim first grade coach. Which I think is just another dumb decision by Manly. I think Manly.
I think they had to make a decision. I think it became untenable.
No. Get rid of Seibold, but you've got Jim Dimmick, who's been an assistant coach now for 15, 16 years. Give him the interim coaching position until they can figure out who it is. They've gone and given it to Foran.
I think Jason King wants to go into a completely different direction. I don't think those assistant coaches will be there at the end of the year.
Regardless, if you want to avoid the spoon, you don't put a guy who just retired last year as your interim coach. A lot of
maybe he wants it. First spoon ever for Manly.
I mean, look, hopefully
You're right, they've never won the spoon.
Yeah, hopefully they do get the spoon. I just think that
them and St George are vying for it. One's been something like almost 90 years. The other one's like 80 years. Insane. They're both competing for it.
I just don't think that even when they were interviewing Jason King and they were talking to him about it and stuff, his answers didn't seem convincing about why they've chosen Kieran Foran. He's a warrior. He's always played tough on the field. Blah blah blah. Like it just seemed like the old boys at Manly wanted Kieran Foran. They're like, you have to pick Kieran Foran, and it was to shut the fans up, right? They've done something it's like fan service. And look, I couldn't care less about the Seagulls. I hope they collapse and then they get moved to Adelaide or something like that. I couldn't care less. But
they won't.
They were poor. And like if you look at their team, they've got Turbo, they've got Talatau Kula, they've got Nihai Hopawati, they've got Hamoli Olakoatu, they've got Paseka.
They've got great talent.
They've got a great team that they continuously fumble. And I saw a post this week yesterday by Ian Roberts, the infamous ex-Manly player who came out as the first openly homosexual.
Right, yeah.
And he reckons that what Manly is going through is because they still have not recovered from the gay pride jersey that they released.
Oh, please, bro. Why's it all about that?
Nothing
I
to
was
do
like,
with that.
what a way to try and center yourself.
They made the finals that year. What's he on about?
Yeah, but they're still trying, he's still trying to center himself, right, around an issue that happened so long ago when the team has clearly moved on ages ago.
I remember him for other reasons. When one of his teammates, I think it was Gavin Williams, was holding back Gary Jack, and he absolutely laid into Gary Jack. And Gary Jack took him to court, sued him, and got money. But if you remember seeing Gary Jack's face, you couldn't even see his eyes. They were that big. It was insane. Like, he was such a coward to do that to Gary. He could throw him. Ian Roberts, I reckon, would bash Gordon Tallis in a fight. But what he did to
He looks mean, don't get me wrong.
I reckon he'd bash Gordon Tallis in a fight. He could throw him.
He came out, and I just thought it was so cheap for him to, dig into his former team the way he did. But all in all, I think that Jason King as CEO, even though he's an ex-player, I reckon he's going to make some poor decisions for this club. And look, they are a resilient club, but they need funding. They obviously don't have the same facilities that other rugby league teams have.
You got a problem here. Tony Mestrov, who's him and his family extremely wealthy, spends almost the whole year in New York. So, like the other 1 month or so, he spends the whole year in New York. The other, 4 or 6 weeks he spends here. Like, not Tony Mestrov. The Penn family, Scott Penn.
Yeah, Scott
apologies,
Penn,
not Tony Mestrov. Scott Penn. The Penn family spend about, he's there 4 to 6 weeks minimum in New York every year. Like, what's he following over here?
Yeah.
He put the wrong people in charge at the club. I feel like he finally might have nailed the Jason King is no bonehead. He's actually, I think, I remember as a player, he was a qualified lawyer. You know, he knows what he's doing. He's not scared to make those tough calls.
Well, he didn't make one now.
But you know what? I'll commend him for getting rid of Seabold.
No.
I'm with
Seabold
you
needed
on
to go. We said Seabold needed to go.
Like, you know what? I'll even go further. Manly and Jason King, namely, Jason King just showed they're a much greater club than St. George. Because St. George got no balls to go punt someone like Shane Flanagan
I think that Seabold should just go to the UK. I think he'll get a great coaching gig. I think he'll do very well. I know Hull KR are going to need a new coach because Willie Peters is going to be the PNG coach, which I'm so happy about. But I don't think Seabold can or should coach in the NRL anymore.
He might be an assistant elsewhere.
Assistant, maybe.
Assistant at Canterbury, hopefully.
Oh my god! But
he's ended up with O'Brien.
just
Surely
quickly-
that's an
just quickly
upgrade.
Wrapping up the Roosters, one problem I'm starting to have with the Roosters is actually where Connor Watson fits. I feel like
He'll get more of a role as the season goes on. I actually like him.
I just think that with Reece Robson there, with Benaya Iolu, I do think that Connor Watson's probably on his way out of the Roosters.
He's well liked there.
He is, but
The fact they went and signed him back just shows it, and he's actually excelled. The fact that he's playing Origin, remember how instrumental he was in that series win in 2024?
Look, I do.
I like him.
I don't know. I just don't know if he fits.
He'll
that
be
well
a
in the team.
roving lock forward / hooker backup. That's how good he is.
And I think Angus Crichton is really down on form.
He's done.
He's very
done
down
for
on
the
form.
They'll start putting one of the young guns starting.
I was really happy to see Hugo Savala get a run.
Yep.
I thought he was great.
Yep, it was good, yeah.
He was
I like
very,
some of their fringe youngsters coming through, man. They are bruising.
Very, very good. Unfortunately, Billy Smith, I think, sustained an injury, so they had Savala there. Overall, look, it was a clinical performance by the Roosters in that even though they didn't execute well, they were very well disciplined.
Yep.
I still think that they are nowhere near the team they need to be with
Of
the
course
talent
not.
they've got.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
Totally agree.
I don't think any team is except Penrith.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I agree, but given the amount of smoke that was blown up the Roosters'
And
arse,
Newcastle.
I was there.
And Newcastle.
I was there.
um,
Newcastle.
yeah, I think they're rubbish.
Newcastle's have exceeded.
What did you guys think? Like, how did you guys see this one?
Oh,
Well,
we
I've
tipped.
kind of-
We all tipped
yeah.
Roosters, and we said we V's, so it went that way.
That's because Manly are a shambles.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah.
Like
And I thought
the Roosters
I
forwards were
was-
more dominant. Like I like Kawatu, they need more out of him. You know, Jake. Let me just get stuck into these guys now, seeing we avoided it.
Yeah.
Jake Trbojevic needs to be told retire or see you later.
Alama.
He can take his brother Ben Trbojevic with him as well. And Tom Turbo, if he so far, I'm happy. He's done 4 games this year,
played well.
or 3 games rather. And if he continues good, if he's going to give you half a season, he can go as well. There's plenty of players coming through. You know, I'm sure he's been great. He's about 30 now. So, you know what? They can all go. But Ben and Jake will be my first one gone, punted. Like, he is honestly the Luke Brooks of the forwards, or the Kyle Flanagan of forwards. How does he scare the defense? In what way? You know, it's just pride keeping him going. Hang it up, son. You've had about 200 plus first grade games. You're representing your state. You've captained your state to a series victory. You've played for Australia. You've done it all. You're actually holding back and affecting the team by taking up a sizable chunk of the salary cap and a position on the playing field. There was this young player that debuted on the weekend for Manly. He came via the Bulldog system through the Chester Hill Rhinos. Or Hornets, sorry.
No,
Brian?
because I thought they had to do an age check.
Mate,
There's no way
you
he's
know,
18,
and he
19.
he's a good kid. He paid homage to 2 guys. I think they were brothers, Mustafa and Omar Houcher or something like that blooded him. And, you know, he's a Polynesian kid, but
Simeone Laiafi?
I think so. Yeah.
yeah.
You know, he's a Polynesian
Bro,
kid,
he's so
but it was
big,
funny.
I'm
He
not
actually liked soccer, and it was these 2 Lebanese guys that said, "Hey, you come here," and made him love the game. It's insane, you know. It's in him, but they had to unlock it, and he paid home. He's such a good, respectful kid. And he's someone that, instead of getting, for example, 10 or 15 minutes a game, should start getting 30, 40 minutes a game, for example.
It was his debut.
And it was great.
I thought he was great.
Because they got Paseka there, and I'm sure there's other forwards coming through, but Jake Trbojevic needs to let it go.
Yeah. And to be honest, I think the other problem for the Sea Eagles is their number 9. I thought Brandon Wakeham,
That was another horrible. Yeah, anyway.
But Jake Simpkin and Brandon Wakeham, they're just not. Look, I understand Crocker retired in the off-season because of his head knocks and stuff, but I think they need to solve that number 9 problem
100%. And I have someone in the lower grades for sure.
And the other thing, like, you know...
But they let the Fainu and Gordon Cam Chung Tong go in the last 2 years. Like, there was your 2 players. Anyways.
Like, the other one is they've signed Kobe Hetherington and they put him at prop. Like, Kobe Hetherington is garbage.
I'm not going to say he's garbage. He's just been ineffective. He's more like a lock to me.
Yeah, like, he should be at lock instead of Jake Trbojevic.
And Jake Trbojevic should be punted.
Yeah, and bring another forward on. Like,
Yeah, they got a fair bit. Nah, Brownie's in it.
Their whole pack needs a makeover.
Look,
like, honestly,
They got a blood players from
their
reserve
back line
grade.
has holes in it.
I guarantee there's a lot of these reserve.
their back line, where?
A lot of these reserve graders get wasted because they never get given an opportunity.
Sub's the only one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got a hole in it. Your halves, you need to get Brooks out, and your forwards, you've got the hooker problem, and you've got a 13 issue. There's a few holes. There's like 4 or 5 positions.
Look, there are definitely holes in the team, and they've got good juniors. So, like, they've got Ethan Bullymore, who's been out of, he's been out of form, but they signed him for 5 years. Like, I don't know. They're just
like on that night, specifically on this game, they just lacked effort.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of effort.
Yeah.
It was painful to watch.
I do think now that Kieran Foran is their coach, I do think he'll get a reaction out of the team.
They'll play with conviction.
I think
More
they'll-
conviction
yeah,
anyway.
100%. Seabold should never have started 2026 as coach.
Yeah.
Wallah, with all due respect, I swear to God, I'm not trying to focus on it. I swear to God. But there was no way they should have started with him at coach. They should have made a decision earlier.
Yep.
And I think Jason King's only been there a couple of months anyway, so I don't think he could have come in and made that decision quickly.
I think it was last year, August, thereabouts.
Oh, was it?
Rough.
I thought it was a bit later than that. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because of Tony Mestre. You're right. Absolutely. So,
Well, he gave him a month of footy.
yeah. But I think it's a great job. Great job that they've got rid of Seabold. But overall, I don't think it was a high quality game, the Roosters and Sea Eagles.
No, it was a bit of in my opinion, it was a bit boring to watch. But I like what I saw from the Roosters. I didn't expect too much else from Manly. Like, Manly played the exact same way I expected them. Show up for 10, 15 minutes. Turbo score a try or 2, and game's over. You lose.
Okay, next game, West Tigers and Warriors. I'll be honest. I was very surprised with this result. The Warriors had been very, very impressive for 3 weeks, and they were playing at home. Tigers were missing Luai. Luke Metcalf was back at 6 alongside Tanner Boyd. And then, they were pretty much full strength. Even Chanel Harris-Tavita was on the bench. And the only one I think that was missing was Tamare Martin. Lo and behold, the Tigers put on an absolute clinic and weather the Warriors storm and come away with a great win. I got to admit, it was good to see. It was very good to see. I have been on the Tigers bandwagon for a while. I know Zaatar hates them. But
Who doesn't?
I've been on the Tigers bandwagon for a while, and that was a very impressive win. Again, Dwayhe, excellent. I thought Jock Madden, given how much we mock him,
That was career best
fantastic.
performance, yeah.
I thought for the Tigers, I thought Alex Twal had a great game. Kai Peace-Paul's fantastic. Samuela Fainu, great. Fanua Bole, great. Api, well done. Terrell May had a quiet game. Surprisingly, I thought tomorrow at Terrell.
No, so
That's the beauty about it. He didn't have to have his busiest game, and they
he's
won
been comfortable
convincingly.
playing 50 minutes these days. Like, Benji's not overworking.
How good is that?
Him relatively
How good is that? Everyone put in. How good is that?
It was a team effort.
Everyone put in.
It was a great team effort. And to be honest, we did see that against the Rabbitohs. I'll be honest with you. I did see that against the Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs were a great team. Big forward pack, good attack. I think Kai Peace-Paul is going to be
superstar.
One of the signings of the year.
Oh,
If not the signing of the year.
Exactly. You're
One of
hitting
the signings of the
I
year.
can't believe Newcastle let him go.
I can't either,
Yeah.
but they do have some great second rows in Newcastle, so I don't they were paying him a lot of money. It's a great signing, the fact that he went to the Tigers. And other than like someone like Daniel Atkinson, I think he's also been a great signing for the Dragons. I know I know the Dragons aren't doing well, but he's been great signing for
Yeah,
them.
he's doing it all by himself.
He's
He's
doing it
got
by
no
himself.
support.
And look, Samuela Fainu, I said it last year and I'll continue to say it. I think he will play Origin sooner rather than later. He reminds me of Olokwatu a lot.
He runs so hard.
He does.
Every single run.
And he's really mobile. He's got a good offload. Honestly, the only player that I wasn't happy with from the Tigers was Alex Seyfarth.
He didn't get much
I
time.
don't like
He
it.
didn't get much time.
You know, he's good
really
when he
impressing me?
starts, but
Alex
was
Twal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
He's really impressing me.
He's doing well at lock.
he's getting better with age.
Much
Yeah.
better. And I mean, you expect that from props anyway.
He's like a lock now.
But he plays prop. He never passes. Doesn't link up with anyone.
Oh, what do you mean? Did you see the flick pass he did
Yeah.
on the
Oh,
weekend?
yeah.
Like, bro, what? I'm like, what?
You watch Benji Marshall.
Like, it looked like
highlights.
and you know what's
the game.
crazy? He almost scored a few times as well. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro.
Intensity.
You know, he's going to start
does,
being a player that scores 3-4 tries a year. Wow, that would be nice.
Yeah, and look, apologies to Jock Madden. As I said, we were making fun of him. And I thought,
It's almost it takes that to be called a glorified Luke Brooks or
I
a
don't-
glorified
I don't-
Kyle Flanagan. Hey, it got the right
I
reaction.
don't think he's watching the podcast.
Well done, Jock.
I don't think he is either, but he
Nah,
never
somebody
gets
somebody cut out the excerpt and sent it to him. Like, look at this cocky fella. I called him a glorified Luke Brooks. Someone he used to play behind. Now he's dominating. Well done, Jock.
And look, Falatino Tavana, sorry. Great game. If you guys remember the trial by Tavana, try that he scored against, I think it was the Panthers, where he just jumped over and he put that ball down.
Yeah.
Ridiculous try.
Good on him.
Yeah,
He
good on the
made
Tigers.
his way up. Good on
Well
him.
done. Good on the Tigers. Thoughts about the Tigers, guys?
Playing with confidence. They're a good smoky for the top 8 this year, and I think they'll be the way they're trying to turn it on. If they keep it up, they'll be probably everyone's favourite team to watch. As much as everyone hates their fans, they might, they'll probably might be the most exciting team to watch.
I think they'll finish 9.
They'll be fitting.
No, I think they actually scraped the 8 and hit the 8th spot.
Yep.
They played really well. I think I said that at the start. Like there was a 10, 15-minute period. They actually didn't touch the ball. They had a man down in the bin. No, Warriors had a man down in the bin. Sorry, wrong game. But they also, in that first half, barely touched the ball.
Yeah, that's right.
Barely touched the ball, and they capitalized on every opportunity. Any error they had, they defended it. It was like your point. Everyone had a good performance. Even if everyone played 7 out of 10, it was just the perfect. Not perfect. There was a couple of things they could work on, but essentially a perfect game. Away from home, only 4 of those players have ever won in New Zealand. So you had a lot of young blood. You had fresh people like Matt Cassini that what's his 3rd NRL game. Playing away from home, New Zealand, cold, wet, disgusting place to play.
Yeah, he did
Beautiful
some
place
good
to
stuff.
visit.
I know it was Rocks and Diamonds, but he does some good stuff to cover up the he's only
Yeah,
young.
he came into it in the second half.
But
I
I'm
thought
so-
his first half, he's going to take
He
all the
always,
lessons out of it.
but he's only 18, 19, and I'm so
Yeah.
glad he's been given a go.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're not crushing his confidence like what Shane Flanagan's done with
And
Tyrell Sloan.
do you know, I actually wanted to say, kudos to Benji, because he's still got Gerald Skelton that he could have played, but instead he chose to play Falatino Tavana, which
Good on
I
him.
thought shows confidence and
He's getting
and
things
trust
right. He's
from
getting
Benji.
Benji's getting
Yeah,
things
then
right.
instead of letting, and then mind you, Gerald Skelton didn't have a bad game last week, but
That's the beauty about it. He can call someone else on and they can still do a good job.
He gave the Tavana
And so
debut.
Gerald might play next week. So who knows?
It was a great performance by the Tigers, and I think Jareem Buller played very well. I gotta say, Jareem Buller,
Yeah, this game, I'll give you, I'm not going to take away from his performance. He played well. My only concern for him is that he does go missing when it gets tough.
I thought this week when it did get tough, he went looking for the ball. He took some hard carries, and he was backing everything up. But look, again, great performance. I thought Taruva, bro, even at center, he's like a little chihuahua. He just doesn't stop.
What about? I just want to give a shout out for this guy because I still think he probably should be the state hooker, Apisai Coruscant.
What a freak!
I still reckon he
I
should
love
be
him.
the state hooker for New South Wales.
I think. Look, he's lost the yard of pace. He has. He really
He's
has.
still such a calculating player.
He is.
Like he still kills it in attack, and he still kills it in defense, and he's such a good directive player. Like his attack's just so
I think
phenomenal.
It needs to move to Blake Brayley.
Blake Brayley has
personally.
to be.
Oh, Blake Brayley, fair enough.
He reads
I
his
just thought
numbers
last
quite
year
well.
and the year before, Taruva
Apple's
should have.
really good, though.
I just thought Taruva could have been the last 2 years.
Don't
That's
get me
all.
wrong,
mean
I wouldn't mind
Coruscant?
him in our team.
Carousel. Yeah, sorry. Why did I go to Sunia to River? Anyways.
He's still leading the team well, and he's put up with a lot of the failures that they've had, and now like they're coming out the other side, and they look like a team. And the thing is, it almost looks like they found an identity, whereas I feel like last year and the year before they were still looking for that identity.
No, you know what their identity is, and they're kind of like going back to it. The entertainers. Remember that 05, 06, all the way up to about 2011 sort of style when they throw the ball around?
But they're
kind of like doing that. They're playing with confidence.
But I thought this game, it wasn't about entertainment. It was about let's defend, let's play as a team. And we haven't seen that from the Tigers for a long time.
When they throw the ball around,
very
wow,
entertaining.
that's their DNA.
All right, on to the Warriors. I'll be honest with you. I actually think this is more of a miscalculation on the Warriors' part than it was just an overall poor performance. It was a poor performance, but I don't think like the Warriors are down and out or anything like that.
Sounding the alarm bells over that?
No, not at all.
Nice reality check. But you know what? It does sound a bit of alarm bells. They're at home. They've got a favourable draw. And they got polished.
I honestly think they went in there a little bit confident, a little bit cocky. Tigers are missing Luai. Tigers haven't been great.
They
when
got
they
polished
travel.
at home.
They did. But I just don't think it's alarm bells. Just like I don't think it's alarm bells for the Bulldogs. I don't think it's alarm bells yet.
Oh, no, not for them.
But are you sure? Are you sure? We'll turn off the cameras and tell me the truth.
We're gone. We're fucked.
For me, the Warriors, they started well, and I think they got ahead of themselves.
Yeah,
I think they packed up like in the 20-minute mark because they had some quick tries. They had momentum. Oh my god, Tigers didn't even touch the ball, and I know it shows a lot of resilience for the Tigers. But welcome back to Metcalf. I thought he had a shocking return.
He did. He had a very poor
I really felt sorry for him. I'm not sure if they rushed him. I'm not sure what the decision making was there, or if he just was just lacking a bit of confidence on his return, like doesn't trust his knee just yet. But he had some howlers, like some of his passing, some of his kicking. I thought wasn't.
But I expected that. I actually thought they would bring him back on the bench
That's what I was expecting.
and just keep what's his name?
Like just coming back from the ACL, I didn't expect him to run
Same.
straight into playmaker
Same.
role.
Which was disappointing. To be honest, again, I don't think that they were overly I don't think this is again alarm bells. This is more of a okay, crap. We're
reality check.
human.
Yeah.
We've done well the first 3 weeks, but we're human, and if we're not showing up prepared for every single game, we're going to get our asses handed to us, which is exactly what happened. I also found it very interesting that Andrew Webster keeps changing who's playing fullback. Well, he keeps putting Charles Nickel-Klokstad at centre or Tuapiki at fullback or vice versa. I think they've got to make a decision and stick to that.
Yeah.
And also news came out during the week that Roger Tuivasa-Sheck is leaving for Wakefield Trinity, which makes the signing of Warbrick
perfect.
Not only perfect, but it makes sense now.
Yeah. They've also got AKP, so
yeah, they've got
options.
Yeah. But you like
well-managed club, the Warriors.
I think they're definitely well managed. Look,
they're going places.
George Cameron's a funny guy. I love him as a CEO. I think the Warriors will bounce back well. I really do. I really do. And I think Luke Metcalf will be better for the run.
I think it'll be better as soon as next week. I just thought, ease him back in on the back of an ACL. Similar to what they did to Barnett, like bringing him off the bench. Because I thought, was it Luke Hansen last week? I thought he had a great game. I thought, give him another go and just bring Metcalf off the bench. Anyway. But he's also the star player of the team. So
no, he'll come good. Any last thoughts? All right. On to the Dolphins, Broncos v Dolphins in the what do they call it? The Battle of Brisbane. Broncos came over with this one, 26-12. Look, I hate the Broncos, but
he really hates the Broncos. He can't find
I think
it was. Look,
it was a good win.
It was a good win. Reece Walsh showing us his wares, but I also think that the Dolphins are very disappointing. Very disappointing.
I have to give credit to the Broncos for creating those conditions.
But the thing is, it's not about that. It's that when we saw the Dolphins in the latter half of the season last year, they were attacking out of their skin. No team could stop them. Now, I feel like they're missing. They're not clicking like they want to be clicking.
Who?
The Dolphins.
Oh.
And they're just not playing to the level that they know they can play. I think they're trying too hard as well. Like Isaiah Kato threw a good pass last week, but I feel like overall he hasn't been as impressive as we would like him to be. They're definitely missing Jeremy Marshall King out of hooker. I think Max Plath has been quite poor for them at 9. But overall, like, if you look at their team, they've got a great team. They have a very, very good team. And I just feel like they're not performing in the way that they would want to be performing, quite frankly.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, I want to start with the winning team. Obviously, I want to start with the Broncos. Again, Reece Walsh was fantastic. They didn't have Payne Haas this week, which was, very interesting to see how they would perform without their superstar. And they, you know what, they exceeded my expectation anyway. It was good to see Brendan Piakura playing 80 minutes again. Very happy. I know he's got a lot of issues with concussion. I hope he's over that. So it was good to see him play 80 minutes. I think Jordan Ricky's had a good couple of weeks. He's played very
well this game.
Him and Piakura have had a good, if you count the back end of last couple of months of last year, they had a few good months. They've obviously culminating in the premiership win. And
Piakura's got so much potential.
I'm just going to say this about Brisbane. Paint them in a positive light, and it's just more evident on the weekend, especially also the fact they beat Melbourne the week before. It feels like they win when they want to win. They can just turn up, and if they turn up, no one's going to beat them. It's becoming more evident.
And you know what's interesting? Like they had the whole thing with Ben Teo leaving and him being the defensive coach. And stuff
I know
I
know how that got all blown out of proportion, but it's
Tell us.
It's elements of the media, and you know what's funny? It's like, dude, you own the same team. You know, like obviously I'm alluding to News Corp, Fox Sports. You know, obviously it's all blown out of proportion because obviously it's a whole Fox Sports crew. They don't like the Broncos, right? But then the CEO of the Brisbane's come out and just point out, well, these guys are all journalists for Fox Sports, right? And the people that are like inflaming it, we're owned by the same company. Like, he's made a mockery of him, and rightfully so. Like, Gordon Tallis, get over yourself, mate. You know? Like, honestly, if you hadn't played first grade and played it with distinction, nobody would give you the time of day to listen to your footy opinions.
Can I just say...
Because his takes are absolutely
Why
horrendous.
do they care so much about what Tallis has to say? He's just a pundit.
No, but it's not just him. It's the people, you know, his co-hosts and all that. They're all so negative to Brisbane. Like... And they've now, and then it's just journalists also, not just his co-host, but journalists have jumped on the bandwagon, blown out of proportion to the point of the CEO of Brisbane came out and said, no. We made the call, not Madge. There was no blow up between him and Ben Teo. Madge was all fine from what I believe, from what I've been, you know, what you read. I mean, the fact that Brisbane's already got 2 members of the coaching staff on the Queensland setup, and Teo was going to be the third, from what I believe, Madge had no issues, right? But then Brisbane said, hang on a sec. We've given you 2. This is Madge's right-hand man. We're now going to lose 3. No. Teo didn't like that. And Teo came out and he was open. Like, he's had blow-ups with players in the team, like Reece Walsh and all that. Oh, good. Right? Like,
isn't that what's supposed to happen, Bart?
Yeah, no. He's doing his job.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
But he wanted to be part of the Queensland setup, and he couldn't be. So I'm sure another club will. But to come out and wrongfully then, you know, insinuate, and it's all Madge again, and Madge this, and Madge is on the outer with the players, and he ain't going to last. Well, the noise is starting to die down because they've won 2 games back-to-back, 2 very difficult games back-to-back, right? And then the Brisbane Broncos coming and saying, no, it was our call.
And can I just say as well, on Gordy, Kevin Walters got shafted by the Broncos. Arguably was treated worse than Gordy.
Why doesn't Gordy get him a job at the Gold Coast
Hang on a
then?
second.
He's so passionate about him.
Kevin Walters never has anything negative to say
Of course
about
not.
the Broncos. Have you noticed?
100%.
Bro, do you know when they win? He gets so happy.
Yeah,
He's like a little puppy dog.
He's
like,
actually,
the Broncos are-"
and my attack wasn't about Kevin at all because Kevin's always been that sort of player.
But
I mean, when he was a player, he was like that. And then as a person, he's always been like that.
No, but I'm saying like Kevy is wonderful because he doesn't have a negative word to say.
excited.
Bro, he could actually come out if he wanted to and be like, he could have dropped like really negative comments here and there, but he doesn't. He's so happy for the players.
You know, in all honesty, I was hoping the Broncos would give him, when they won the premiership last year, I was hoping they would give him a special mention because he took over when the club was in dire straits. Remember they got the spoon? Kevy came out, turned the club around, recruited some of those players, or blooded a lot of those players.
Yeah.
Those players found their best form with him at the helm. Like, you know, they hit their straps, Payne Haas, Reece Walsh, you know. He started, you know,
Ezra, man. Let's
You,
not
you know,
forget.
you know, like there's plenty that I was hoping and praying, like, you know, or so I was praying, but I was hoping, and maybe a special recognition. He's a ring, he's a club legend. You know, they didn't need to.
I mean, I get why they didn't.
like, like we want to give Kevy a special mention. We
You don't
don't
wanna
need to
look back
work
too
out,
much,
but you know, like he had a lot to play with that team that ran out last year in the grand final. He actually did. It was almost entirely his side, and he took them to a grand final that they should have won.
And look, the thing about I want to say about the Broncos was that what I found more impressive about them has been their defense, not their attack.
No, 100%.
I think that's very, very good defense, and you know, credit where it's due.
They've already got their attack there. Everyone knows it,
Yeah, that's right. So
But
for them to work on their defense and to show,
especially after the first 2 weeks.
especially after the first 2 weeks against the Storm, and to keep the Storm to 14 and the Dolphins to 12, that was great. Like overall, that was a much better team effort from the Broncos than what we saw last year with them sort of coming home with the wind and sails. Yeah, and Haas. All right, Dolphins. I'm very disappointed with the Dolphins. I had them as my smoky for the 8.
I didn't tip them, and I didn't have them in 8 either. I still think they got key positional issues and depth for the team. I still think they're a few years away. They got some really good players, but it's what's the word to say? It's more top heavy isn't the right word. It's more leaning towards they're great attacking threats, but then they're missing attributes across the team.
I think it's a coaching thing.
No. Wolf is good, but just
I'm not saying he's not good.
that's still Wayne Bennett's team.
No,
He still needs another year or two to get rid of some of those players and replace them.
Well, he did sign.
He's getting there.
He signed George Williams.
He's lost Jermaine Osako now.
But Jermaine Osaka's sort of getting on in age. And don't forget,
He's a good signing for
they've got
Melbourne.
Selwyn Cobber that they can re-sign. They've got Jack Bostock coming through. They've got a couple of other young wingers that they
Where
can...
is Bostock? I'm not saying.
He copped ACL last year, remember?
Oh, shit.
Be back, I think, round 8.
Yeah. So,
okay,
so
good.
they've got options. And so I think while he is a loss, I don't think he's as big a loss. And they've got Trey Fuller as well. I still think Trey Fuller
That's the
deserves
thing.
to-
They got sort of these, like, if you look at it, they got like Hamasat Tabuai-Fado, Trey Fuller. Like, they got these freakish
need
attacking
more
players.
from him, though.
But you
Yeah,
can't,
they do.
but you can't fit them all in the one team.
I actually think
they-
Hamaso
they're
should
so-
go to centre, and they should have Trey Fuller at fullback. And I think Averillo has been well below par this year.
You can go to the Dragons.
I think he could just, yeah.
Dragons.
Bloody hell, mate.
Jake Averillo plays a lot, like, this is going to sound disrespectful, but I feel like he just plays to boost his own stat sheet.
Not
Doesn't
really,
pa-
no.
man, he never passes. He never passes to
He's a
plays
good
outside
runner of the ball.
Do you know
He's a
what I?
whipper.
Do you know what I feel is the problem with Jake Averillo is that at the Bulldogs he was he played so many different positions
Yeah.
that he just doesn't know how to be centre. Like he doesn't know how
Yeah.
to just stay at centre. I feel like he's always erratic in his position, and his defense is poor. Like his defense, multiple times he's been caught out in defense, even though he's quick. He's been caught out in defense multiple times, which I think is a mistake. Is an issue that he needs to solve. But overall, like I don't
He's a
know.
scintillating attacking player.
I don't know what the problem with the Dolphins is. Like I'm trying to pinpoint what it is, but I can't.
They're so
Do you know what I mean?
they're
Like
they're so attack laden. You know, like
I agree
they're
with
missing.
that. Like,
they,
they kind of
they-
just so-
they need a bit more on defense.
do you think they're too attack oriented?
And they need, look, forgive me for saying this, they need hard men. Like, and when I mean hard men, not Felice Kafusi. Like,
but they've got Gilbert, they've got
yeah, but
Flegler.
they're not hard men. Like, do you remember Neville Costigan?
Yeah, I do. But
Absolute, he was a brick wall. Remember Jeremy Smith?
yes,
Do you remember what a thug he was?
Look,
He
they've
was
got-
he was a legal thug, like, you know, like as in, you know, it wasn't all high tackles and maybe once he got done for a chicken wing. But that guy, he could absolutely belt people.
I don't know
Like,
if it's their
what's-
forward pack. Like I thought,
What's Tom Gilbert going to do for
I
you?
thought Lemuelu and Funifuiaki were very good.
How good.
They're good.
They
they're
were
really
very
they're,
good.
They're very good, but you need aggro, more aggro.
Nah, I feel like they just go sleep for random periods of the game, and they just rely on the
Yeah, they
attack
need-
to get them over the
they
line.
need
Do you
some-
think it's their fitness or it's the attitude?
I think it's an attitude
They
thing.
don't,
Yeah.
they don't have that. They don't have that mean sort of forward.
Or there's just no desire to win.
I mean,
Like,
Flegler can
and
be
I'd
that
like to
mean
believe it's
forward,
not that.
but don't think he's back first time in like about 2.5 years. You get me?
Yeah.
He
I
needs
think
more.
he played
He needs
half
more
an hour
match.
as well.
Yeah,
What
he
do you
needs
get
more
from
match fitness in there. He can be that mean forward that he was at Brisbane, but missing those mean forwards. You know.
I think Jeremy
just-
Marshall King is definitely a big loss for them. I think he's the director.
Well,
of
when's
their
he back?
attack. I'm not sure if a couple of weeks. I think maybe actually round 9 or something. Round 8.
He's forever injured, so don't worry about him.
You know,
They need to go beyond
Max
him.
Plath came back from a big injury as well. They threw him into 9. I think they're going to build into it, but they can't. I think they'll struggle against the really top teams. I think teams with a good defense, they'll struggle against.
Right.
Like next week, the Dolphins have the Sea Eagles. I think that'll be a good game, and it'll be at KO Stadium in Redcliffe.
Oh, it'll be a Redcliffe swing.
I think it will be, but I'd love to see the reaction that the
If
Sea
they
Eagles
don't
get
beat
from
Seagulls
foreign.
next week, then put a line from not to make put a line from they won't make the 8 if they don't beat the Seagulls next week. That's a line from straight away.
Any more thoughts on the Dolphins?
Not on the Dolphins,
I
no.
thought they were just good in periods of the game,
But,
and just didn't ice their moments.
But after, I mean, I can give one more thought on the Broncos. Honestly, this is how I see it. After 4 rounds, I think the team that can challenge Penrith will be them.
Disagree.
They're the top 2 front runners.
I kind of agree with Dibbo. I don't think there's another team that can match up with Penrith at the moment.
Yeah, after those
And I
last
still
2
think
weeks,
Penrith
they went
is
to
miles
Melbourne.
ahead of them.
They went to Melbourne and still beat Melbourne. Bloody Melbourne rejects.
I think at the moment, I don't think there's actually a team that can go with.
Well, there has to be another team in the
No,
grand
they will.
final.
They're Brisbane.
I think you know who I think will warm into it. I think the Melbourne Storm.
Melbourne Storm. I think
I'm
they're
just
done.
looking at Melbourne, and they're not done. They're not done. I was just saying, this is
way.
only after 4 rounds.
Washed.
I just saw something that thought, okay, it's not Melbourne that's going to challenge Penrith, it's Brisbane.
All right, Panthers destroy, annihilate, absolutely blow out of the park the Eels, 48-20.
No word of a lie, they could have put 70.
I'm gonna,
Honestly, they took the brakes off, and obviously they got a Simbi. They should have put 70, but they obviously didn't want to exert themselves. No kidding.
Parramatta
They took their
Eels,
players
the
off.
big club with the small club mentality.
They should have had
against
50
Panthers,
plus
the
put on
small
them
club with
2
the big
times in
club
4 weeks.
success. So
You know what? It's a big shame that they're 2-2, Para. They actually should be 0-4. It is a big shame. They actually
Like last year, they shouldn't have won any
honestly,
games.
no kidding. It's a shame that they're 2-2. They should have had 50 plus put on them for the second week. Second time in 4 rounds.
You reckon
That should have been a 70 scoreline.
the
I'll
Panthers,
call it as fair dinkum. I don't see here. I'm telling you, fair dinkum. There's not one game they should have won this year.
the Panthers clearly took their
Like obviously Brisbane
foot off the throttle.
Brisbane, that was suicide, and the Dragons are just the dumbest team in the comp. They honestly should be on 0 wins.
Look, I don't disagree with you. I don't think the Eels have. I actually think the Eels have
They
gone.
are for and against should be something like minus 150.
It
Do you-
is.
Would you, actually,
Is it?
I want to talk about the Panthers first, right? I look. No matter what I say about the Panthers, I don't think it'll be glazing enough how good this team is. I don't think you can praise someone like Nathan Cleary enough for how fantastic he is as a half.
He's got Blaze Talangi for second year now, and he's hitting his straps. What a signing that was.
Now, another guy that, bro, we get things so badly wrong.
What, Zayo now?
Thomas Jenkins.
Yeah, he's equal to, you know what's crazy? He's equal to something like, what was that, almost an 80-year record?
80-year record. 10 tries in the first 4 rounds.
Was it 4 or 3?
4.
Oh, okay. He's equal to 80-year record. That's insane.
Like, I don't know, I saw someone say he could be a Smoky for Origin. You wouldn't even...
not
Be,
gonna-
Hey, listen, if he's on 20 tries in about another 5 rounds, of course. I'll say put him in there. He
like,
just scores.
Knowing how stupid
'Cause
Laurie
even last
Daly
year,
is...
even last year, he was scoring like tries.
Yeah, but even like knowing how stupid Laurie Daly is, you wouldn't be surprised if he makes such a shit decision.
And chooses somebody like Christian Tuapolotu on the wing. Yeah, of course. Agreed.
But
I need a big body that's hard to stop close to the line. Yeah, of course.
But what about the Brad Fittler choosing Tavita Pengai Jr.?
Nah, the best was they had that video of, I remember they did that meme, some guy that does the cartoon sort of thing. And then it was Brandy and Brad Fittler, how they were choosing team.
yeah.
So he throws the dart, and then Brandy's like, Clint Gutherson. I think I must say, how the fuck did Clint Gutherson make the Origin 2 different years? Honestly, I reckon they did throw a dart and it landed on him. Like, no kidding.
Look, Nathan Cleary...
Like, how did Ryan Madison play Origin? Anyways.
honestly, bro, I don't know how Ryan Madison played first grade, honestly.
Oh, you can give him first grade, but how did he...
Dumbest player I've ever seen.
I don't know how Clint
I don't
Gutherson
think
played
there's a
Origin.
single player I've disliked as much as I dislike. Oh, there is actually.
Who? Ezra Mam?
No. The Maguire, remember the bush pig?
Oh, yeah, not Casey. Josh Maguire.
Josh Maguire. I think
He
he's-
was a bush pig.
I
He
think
was a
he's
dirty
the
player.
one player I don't think I've disliked any player as much as him. But anyway, Nathan Cleary and the Panthers keep going from strength to strength. Alamotti, at the Dogs in 23, almost ended his career. Goes to the Panthers, get a second lease on life.
You know what's crazy? It was his first year at the Dogs.
Yeah, I know.
But it's like they want to end his career. Like, what the hell?
I don't think
That
No,
is
no,
it.
it's not that they wanted to end his career. It's that season was so traumatic and detrimental for so many players.
They let him go.
Yeah, they like and
Go wins the premiership, plays in the prelim last year where he was probably the best player on the field.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree, 100%.
You know, like if they didn't have such a player turnaround, he probably could have had 2 in a row last year. You know, but staring at 3 in this year. Anyways,
The other one that I have to call out, bro, I have to, and I know you're both gonna agree with me. Casey McLean.
I was just gonna say it. Crichton's father.
he hasn't. Hey, what do you know? Casey McLean he hasn't even hit his.
Center in the comp.
Bro, he hasn't even hit his peak yet. That's the scary part.
Yeah, it's very
Bro,
scary.
the guy's a freak. The guy's an actual freak.
I don't know why
Every time
Sean.
he touches
Honestly,
the
I don't know
ball-
why Sean Russell even rocked up. Like, should have just stayed at home.
Every time he touches the ball, you have to be worried that he's gonna palm you,
Yeah.
step over you, or score over you, or just move around you.
Such a freak.
Like,
He's
is
like Joey
so
Manu.
talented.
Joey Manu's
Very,
that.
very much like Joey Manu.
What a
And he's
player.
got a lot of strength, and his frame is still building.
Yeah,
like in the
yeah,
next couple of years, he'll probably end up putting 5-6 kilo on. And
That's
you
the
could
thing.
probably
You
play him as a
don't. You
prop.
don't want him to put on more
don't-
weight.
exactly.
It starts affecting
But
their
the thing-
agility.
bro, the guy's like
He's good
30
at.
years old.
He's
gonna
good as
keep
he
growing.
is. Yeah,
He-
but
he-
hit less weights.
What if like
More cardio.
this whole team? Like it's just and you know, seeing how they've been resting Isaiah Yeo, who's only playing on
It's annoying
average
my super coach.
40 minutes. He deserves it. He'll go down as one of, if not the best lock we've ever seen. I will tell you one person who I actually don't think is doing very well in this team, and you guys are not going to agree with me.
Dylan Edwards.
Nah.
Oh,
Dylan Edwards has been playing out of his skin.
All right, let me have a look. Let me just see.
If you guys can pick it, I'll give you whatever you want.
Luke Martin's been going quietly and wrong his work.
No.
There's
Leota's
there's only 3 I can probably. Moses Leota.
No, Leota's been fantastic.
Who? The hooker.
Isaiah Papali'i.
He had a cracking game last week.
Honestly don't think he's been that
Man,
good.
he killed Parramatta last week.
I thought he had a good game against Para.
He killed Para, his old team.
I just think, like, if you compare him, like, I think Luke Garner is the better second rower.
Nah, no way. I don't agree with that part.
Look, I know, like, I'll cop flack for it, but I actually think that both Luke Garner and Scott Sorensen are the better
What happened
second
with
rowers.
Tago being on the reserves bench? What happened there? Just needed a rest? Or
Where are you going to put him?
Yeah.
Jenkins is like flying.
Who do you drop?
I was like Tago in the centres.
Yeah, but who do you
Bro,
drop?
Who do you drop? Do you drop Alamodi?
Yeah, I'd
Or
go,
McLean?
I'd go Alamori.
No, you wouldn't.
At the moment, Alamodi doesn't have the same defensive.
Issues.
Yeah,
Now, you know what it is? It's just Thomas Jenkins has been that red hot.
yeah. Otherwise, you'd move
So
Alamodi to the
Tago
wing.
will come back. Is my favourite
No,
player.
but the thing is, the good thing about teams like the Panthers is Tungo will go without playing for 12 weeks, and then it'll be like, oh, you're playing this week. We'll go back in. Have
That's
the best
what
game
it
of-
is.
We'll go back in,
Yeah.
have the best game of his career, and he'll play all the way through to the grand final.
Isn't he? He's a 4-time premiership
Yeah, he
winner.
is a full-time
Yeah.
Premier.
You know, he just doesn't. He needs a rest just to reassess.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
But,
it's
yeah.
not. It's
What
not
a
like
team.
what a fantastic team, and that's why I say when people say.
He can jig him around.
Like,
Whereas
when people say like, oh, you know why are we so
that's them winning.
angry at Sherry? Because Sherry's a fucking sook. Sorry, Sherry shouldn't have acted the way he does. And then when people say, oh, how can you move Burton to centre? Moved Burton to centre. What right does he have to sook? He's still in the team. He's just getting the best 17. You know what I mean? Like, people, I don't think that should be discussed. Anyway, please go ahead and co-glaze the Panthers.
there's nothing left to be said.
Yeah, I
Just
agree.
give him the
There's,
trophy.
no,
Fast forward to
there's
September.
nothing. There's nothing left to be said at the
Everyone's
moment.
making up the numbers.
They'll definitely. I think that they are.
You know what's crazy? I think I had him 6th or 7th.
You and I had him first.
Yeah.
You and I had him first. You were high.
6th or 7th. Like, yeah.
6th or 7th. Yeah.
No, it just yeah. I
Never
didn't.
in doubt,
I know,
brother.
honestly, I didn't expect Tago and some of the fringe players to go that good. I mean, not Tago. Sorry, Blaise Talangi.
Honestly, I could not see.
And I
another
thought,
team.
Dylan Edwards is starting to slow down a bit, but anyways, they proved me wrong. Moses Leota, but yeah,
Fantastic. All right, nothing else really to say on the Panthers other
That
than
was just a perfect game.
I
The
think-
only reason why they led in 20 points is because they're just like.
but
Those
get,
are
but
switched
we know
off,
what I
like,
did
what's the
say
point?
about the Panthers. I said that's the regular season table. I go the finals is a different story.
No, but even regular season, because who's going to stop them?
Oh, there's still time. Don't worry.
They'll go and I think they'll lose.
Uh,
They'll lose a maximum of 4 games this year, if that.
Yeah, that's probably a
I
good
don't think
shout. The
they'll
way
lose.
they've
Better
started.
than them in finals though. The last
No,
5
no,
years.
no. I said it. Regular season, they might not finish as high as I expect them to, but in the finals, bro, I wouldn't be surprised they make the grand final. I said it.
Okay.
I go, I have them at least making the prelim
That's good
final,
backtrack.
and that's them going from 7th or 6th. If you watch that episode,
Are you good at aerobics?
no,
'Cause
not
that was
really.
a great backflip.
Not at all. No, we're making our predictions, and I said it. This is my regular
you
Watch
season.
it
did.
back. We'll watch it back.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe you. I do.
Yeah, watch
Don't worry,
it back.
don't worry.
You're gonna go,
Don't worry,
"Oh,
round
shit."
27. As soon as round 27 comes, we're going to go back to our tips. Okay, on to the Eels. Very, very upset for Isaiah Ayongi. He copped.
And Matt Dury.
He's out 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks.
okay.
Ayongi. I'm gonna get to Matt Dury, but
Sorry.
Probably needs that break. But Matt Dury, the poor bloke, can't take a break. Can't catch a break, yeah.
like
If it was like a meniscus, yeah, sure. You know, but...
the scoreline flatters the Eels.
Oh, probably have. They should have lost like 70-4.
The Panthers, after the 55th minute, when they were leading,
They rested their players and got... And then why did Mitch Kenny go to the bin?
because of the hip drop, he's gonna cop
We
1 to 2
did. Like,
weeks.
it's so innocuous. All right, then what does thing get? What's it good? 4 weeks for something similar?
Who?
Couchman. Anyways.
Yeah, look, I agree.
It was a
Couchman's-
mass overreaction. He didn't do it. It wasn't even a bad one.
I don't
He
think
tried
it
to
was.
wrestle him down.
But in any case,
It was just unfortunate. The other guy
it's
twisted.
unfortunate for Isaiah Ayongi. Look, honestly, I'm a big fan of all the players in the Eels team. The only one I like is Ayongi. Honestly, Parramatta.
I still like.
Nah, you like Josh
Addo.
Addo.
Oh, no, sorry, I forgot. I love the Fox.
Yeah.
And I was still spewing that he's not in our
And what's
team.
wrong with Kitione Katonga?
I reckon.
Hey, he's good,
Serrata's
Katonga.
Vindicated.
Tonga's been great. He's been great for
I
Para.
reckon he drops the balls too many times.
Who, Katonga?
Yeah.
But he's all action, man. I
Yeah,
love
they-
him.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
funny.
with letting Katonga go, I think he's vindicated. I think Preston is far better player than Katonga.
No, well, he wasn't there to take Preston's spot.
But
as
where
a
would he
squad,
play then?
He come off the bench.
No.
Nah, he drops the ball way too often.
Oh, he's such an attacking
I'd rather
threat.
Finau Latu. I'd rather
Man,
give Finau Latu
he
a crack.
bursts the line so many times.
That's never going to work in Serrata.
I'd rather him than
But
Jamin
for the
Salmon.
Eels, my most disappointing player is Mitchell Moses.
Well, I agree.
He hasn't been around for 4 weeks.
Well, I agree.
It's like he's been on bite. Like,
Walla.
I'm not sure. Like,
I feel like
why
he's taken a
Pezzett-
step back to Pezzett.
which is bizarre to me
Yeah.
because Pezzett hasn't been great. Like, honestly,
I already said it,
He's been
Pezzett.
falling over
I
the
said
line.
it, Pezzett is not it, and it's the reason why they won't make the 8. And I had them lower, and they still finished lower, and they should have been 0-4. Well, anyways,
Look, I will say,
They're not a
I
top 8 team.
love Riley Smith.
I don't know why everyone was glazing. Yeah, thank you, Riley Smith. But I don't know why everyone's glazing over him before the season kicked off for them to make
I
the
agree.
top 8.
I agree.
They
I
will
agree.
not make the top 8, and they will not get close.
Bro, I wish Justin Horro ever sees this. Bro, I want to laugh. Bro, he had the Eels and Manly in the top 8. Like,
That was his 2 former teams, but he played
so
for
what?
both. I remember playing against that all young. It was not hard to
yeah,
tackle.
just Moses.
He was
just
not hard to
Not
tackle.
showing up. Like, I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's like just no communication happening in the field. But he doesn't seem to get the ball when he wants, and when he does get the ball, players just aren't around him.
And the other thing I feel is like their second row, like Kelma Tuolangi and Kitione Katonga, 1 week, they're the best second row in the
Yeah.
competition. Next week, they just can't hold the ball.
Especially Kilmer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, when he plays good,
He's hot.
damaging.
he's almost unstoppable.
He's hot,
He
yeah.
is.
Well, and then it's like, bro, how do you have such a bad game the very next week? Like the other one for me is some of the decisions or the strategic decisions made by Rouse. Like Dylan Walker has been one of their best attacking weapons over the last
He's
6
been
months.
good for him.
Off the bench. Now he's starting him.
Not
It's
as
clearly
effective.
blunting his impact.
Yeah, it's not as effective.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, I'm not sure why he did that. He
You know
had
what I'm
Jack DeBellum.
Probably
I'm
has
not
a.
sure
He
what
might,
happened-
no, he
what's
might have.
happened.
He might have him in his NRL fantasy team or something.
I will say I am a big fan of Luca Moretti and Sam Tuavaiti. As I told you guys, I think that Sam Tuavaiti is going to prove to be one of the better up-and-coming props in the game. And honestly, against that Panthers team, it looked like he was the only player that was giving his heart out. Like he was playing so hard. So it's a shame that I think he copped a head knock. He didn't get as much time as I think they would have liked. And Matt Dury, I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Every time this guy puts the boots on, he gets injured, or it looks like he's going to get injured. And then last week, or in the last game, he copped an ACL.
Yeah, he went down. Yeah.
I'm devastated for Matt Dury because the bloke plays hard, bloke tries hard, and he's not a hateable guy.
He looks so shattered.
Bro, I
Like,
feel
as soon as he's on the floor, like you could actually see the pain
like
in his
yeah,
eyes.
I feel like he feels that he may not get another contract because this could be the one where the Eels say, look, we just can't re-sign you or whatever. So I hope that's not the case. I really hope that's not the case. But I am very upset for him.
Yep.
Very upset for him. But overall, the Eels are actually quite bad. Worse than I expected. And they've gone backwards since last year.
It'll catch up to him. Don't worry. That's going to catch up to
You
him.
think they'll get better?
No, they'll get worse.
Oh,
It's flattering that they're 2-2.
yeah. Look, I'm with you.
It's going to catch up to them.
I agree with you.
They'll get exposed badly. They haven't had any, like, besides Matt Dury getting injured, they really haven't had a disruptive run.
And now
Well,
Ayongi...
Wait till it
Upsets
starts
this
catching
year.
up to them.
They'll cause upsets this year, but I'm with Dibbo. I don't think they sniffed the 8.
Like
I don't either. No, I don't either.
no,
I had them on
like
the
they've had a
fringe.
they've,
too.
they've actually got a good run. Like they've had a good
yeah.
run. Like other teams have had like 6 or so injuries already to start the
They
year.
versed the Storm and they versed the Broncos. They versed some big heavyweights
Look,
early on.
it's okay, fair. Okay, fair. They have, but also those two teams, like, okay, they got.
They're
pummeled-
probably lucky they played them at the start of the year.
Yeah, they got
before
pummeled
hit
against Melbourne, and Melbourne hasn't been.
nothing crash hot yet.
Yeah, they have been excellent, which is why like they.
Yeah,
got
they
pummeled.
haven't.
Penrith, Melbourne, Broncos.
It's
You're
actually
talking
that's a
top-
fair
top
point.
four,
I
yeah.
got to give you
But they're
that.
probably lucky they got them at the start of the year before they hit their straps.
what do you mean?
There was all this hype about Para. Para won the preseason cup, didn't they? Para, you know.
Yeah, there's hype to
This
make
is
that
Para's. This is Para's peak. I think it gets worse from me.
No, I
And-
still think you can make the 8 by losing against top 4
Ah,
teams.
please,
You
bro.
can.
They
Lost the
ain't,
Dogs
Like,
last year.
Yeah,
they're not going to
They
make
can
the
maybe
eight.
made the 4 doing that.
but I'm saying you can make.
But
the
they
8.
ain't just losing; they're getting demoralised.
Okay, look, like I think they need to make a change on the bench. I don't think they can keep picking Talon De Silva. Like,
Either start or
no. Talent Silva, I think the Tigers have indicated in letting him go.
Yep.
Okay, sure, they replaced him with an even worse dummy half in Tristan Hope, but Talon De Silva, his service out of dummy half, you think Hayward's bad?
No, I'll take down to Silva.
No, you wouldn't.
Hayward is much worse.
No, you wouldn't.
Nah.
No, you wouldn't. Now fight me for
This
it,
guy
bro.
at least is 18 or 19, and you'll grow into the role. Just like how I give a lot of grace for Galvin. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Like he's not up to NRL standard at
He
the
really
moment.
isn't.
Like he has flashes and glimpses in the half, like where he plays really well. But other than that, like man,
You
your
would
job
rather-
is just to give the ball to Moses.
You would rather Riley Smith play, 60 or 70 minutes
Yeah.
than have Talon De Silva taking up a bench spot. And you could tell, honestly, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but you could tell in the game, like, even though last
How come he got more minutes than Riley Smith?
I don't know.
That was weird.
But like you
Yeah.
can tell that there's still like a friction there between him and Moses on the field. I see it a lot.
it was last year. Remember, Moses
Yeah,
went off at him a
it went
few
off at him,
times.
but I feel
Wow.
like there's still that feeling there. So
I don't agree with 2 hookers in the team. Like you could have a 14 cover last 15 minutes. If your hooker can't play 80 minutes,
but I mean Riley Smith is still fairly young.
but
I
you could have a
yeah.
14.
But he was playing
utility.
80 minutes last year.
You can have a utility
Yeah.
of they're covering 15 minutes.
And they do. They've got Dylan Walker.
100%.
Do you know
But
what I
they
mean?
decide
Yeah.
to start him.
Yeah, I agreed. Walker should be coming off the
Anyway.
bench and then roving into a hooker role whilst Riley Smith gets a break, whether it's in the first half and second half.
Look, they signed Brian Kelly. I think the Titans were, again, vindicated in getting rid of Brian Kelly. He's not a first-grade centre.
I can't believe why they signed him. He wasn't the player they needed.
Like, they've got, like, I think Sean Russell's gotten a lot better, but
Yep.
Brian Kelly's not it.
Like they needed to sign a
Sean
sell.
Russell's had 4 out of 4 good games. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's what I'm saying. He's definitely improved under Rousey, but Brian, you know who else has actually been good for them? Well, Bailey Simonson.
Been really good.
I reckon he's been so
Really
good,
good.
for them. Wallah. But overall, that was a horrible performance. Two
Should've been
very bad
s-
performances.
they should've
So
lost
they've played Broncos, Melbourne, and the Panthers, but in 2 of those 3 games, they got absolutely pummeled.
They should have lost by
They
a
got
lot
absolutely
more.
pummeled. So they've been absolutely pathetic.
They should have lost every game and should have lost them all by plenty. Somehow they're 2-2. Anyways.
Look, you take your chances. The Broncos were poor against them.
Yeah, so were the Dragons. Dragons were dumb.
Yeah, Dragons were dumb.
Dumbest
But
team in the comp.
the Eels have gone backwards. I think that is sort of the conclusion I've come to. Is that the Eels since last year.
Good.
since
Let them
last year,
get
they've
let
gone
them get
backwards.
false hope that they're 2-2. Let them get false hope. Let them get found out. I wouldn't be surprised if they start capitulating for the next 3 months.
Any final thoughts?
No. Penrith deservedly first. Para will keep sliding down the ladder. That's the only final thoughts.
Okay, next upset of the round. The Cowboys beat the Storm 28-24. Who saw this coming?
Me, I predicted it.
No, you did not. Talk shit, brother. Who predicted this coming?
You know what? It was only a back thought, but like, it was up in North Queensland, and sometimes they're a bogey. But honestly, other than that, I'd expect the Storm to swim by like Storm still win by about 3 tries, like 16
Easily.
points.
Yeah.
They had it. They had it. They could have ran away with it, and then they conceded like 3 tries in 7 minutes.
I had a friend message on kickoff saying, I smell an upset. And I was like,
Yeah, but that's
"You're
anyone
delusional."
every week.
I
You
was
can
like, "You're
always say
delusional."
that. Yeah, but that's anyone throws out those comments every
No,
week, and then it
he-
hopes for the
He
best.
doesn't.
Not
He
at-
doesn't.
9 out of
Not
10
at the last
times.
minute.
9 out of 10 times I'll get someone message, I smell an upset literally as the game kicks off or before it. And 9 out of 10 times they're wrong. Like there's the 1 out of 10
No,
times they're
this
going to be
guy
right.
Messages like once every 12 months saying stuff.
And he
like
gets
that.
it flukily right.
So
Like, on what basis did he smell an upset? He probably couldn't tell you.
So, I mean,
Vibes, brother.
this is a weird one, right? I don't know how to judge this performance by the Cowboys.
I think there was a key moment in this game, and it's when Marnie came off and Sonny Luke comes on.
I agree.
Momentum completely shifted. The ball was moving around so much quicker, faster to their locks and halves and their backs, and the game was done.
And just to prove it to you, they scored in the 68th, 71st, and 74th minute.
Yeah.
Right? So 3 tries after Marnie comes on. But to his credit, they did score 3 tries while he was on. So it's like, I know the tries isn't like...
No, that came in super quick.
But Sonny Luke was the difference.
Yeah.
Sonny Luke came on, and there was an energy about Sonny Luke that I feel Marnie couldn't provide. But that's also maybe a strategic thing where he takes the energy out of the defense. Yeah. Sonny Luke then opens them up. So I actually don't think Marnie had a bad game, to be honest.
I'm not saying he had a bad game.
I thought he had a great game.
Sonny Luke
made the difference, yeah.
And the Cowboys really wanted this win.
Oh, you could tell they wanted it.
They played every single minute of the game, even though their defense is so poor. It's still very poor.
Can I just say, last year Braden Burns was their best player. This year Braden Burns has been their best player.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. I will die on this bloody hill. Braden Burns has been the Cowboys' best player.
I'm not sure he hasn't locked down his spot.
He has.
He played a good game on the weekend. The week before, he wasn't so good.
No, he was.
Last week?
He was the only one trying.
No. Against who?
Against the Titans.
He didn't have his best game, though.
No, it's not about having your best game, but in a team of...
They won anyway, but yeah.
In a team of bad players, he's the only one that is always trying hard.
Against the Storm, he was exceptional. He was wow. I'm like, wow, where was this against the Titans, even though they beat the Titans?
Look, and my question is this, right? A lot of the talk has been that Peyton's lost the locker room.
Well, he should have lost this game as well. Mate, it's a mistake of execution. But if they
it is a mistake of execution.
If they lose their next 2 or 3 games in a row, it comes back. Especially if they lose 2 in a row. I reckon if they lose 2 in a row, it's back on the spotlight's back on him. And if they lose their 3rd in a row, then he's probably pretty much all gone.
Like the Cowboys would have played as well as they did, relatively.
So bloody Storm threw that away.
He had lost the locker room because it looked like every player wanted to be out.
But that's what I'm saying.
No, he hasn't lost the locker room. It's just they're just not performing.
Why though?
It could be...
It's an attitude thing because they have a stacked roster.
I mean, Tom Didden's not exactly setting the world alight.
No, Tom Didden's been poor this year.
Yeah,
I actually think Jake Clifford has outplayed him.
Yeah, he has.
Jake Clifford had a blind over again.
Yeah,
he was running the ball and... Yeah.
Bro, I think Jake Clifford has outplayed...
wish we had a 7.
Well, I think Red Marnie's starting to wish
Even though he's playing at 6.
Yeah, just a number.
I think Red Marnie's starting to wish he was back at Canterbury.
Zach Labour, playing very good.
Very well.
Very, very good.
Scott Drinkwater... actually
He had a
showed
good
up for the
game. Good.
I'll tell you who else was absolute weapon yesterday.
Who?
Jason Taumalolo.
Yeah,
he was
good.
busting tackles left, right, and center. Like I ran 15 runs for 153 meters.
Mincic Tamalolo, eh?
He made how many tackle busts did he tackle? How many? I'm just looking at tackle busts.
Tackles, 1 miss.
I thought he was so good. He's been good for them. And Sonny Luke, you mentioned it. I think.
How old's Tamalolo now? 33.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure he debuted in 2013 or was it 2012? As a 2011.
32. He's only 32.
Yeah, he's 33 this year, but yeah, he's 33. Yeah. I thought so.
Yeah, no. He turned 32 in March.
No.
Oh, yeah. May 31st. So he'll turn 33 in May.
Yeah, okay, good. He's still
doing
doing good. He's still doing good in the twilight. So is this his final year?
I think next year.
Okay.
Yeah,
next year.
I think you should just hang him up at the end of this year. Go out on top.
I think he's still got. If he's just playing playing limited minutes, I still think he's a good prop.
Yeah.
You just have to question if it's worth $1 million.
Yeah, it's not worth $1 million. Yeah. But he had a great game, and I thought Sonny Luke, as you mentioned, he only played 18 minutes, but he played the best 18 minutes of his life.
But look, to
Tamalolo's last era, like it was.
Tamalolo started off the year good, which is a positive.
I hope I thought Matthew Lodge off the bench was good for them too.
Oh, of course. I don't know why he's in number like jersey 21.
Yeah, I don't know why he's not playing.
That was confusing.
But he's not been given time, and he's not been given.
I still don't understand why Manly didn't even choose to keep him. Like, what the hell? Like, you keep Jake Trbojevic on $1 million. The guy's rubbish. He could have even tackle a KFC feed. And then you got Matt Lodge, who would have costed less than half. He's worth more than that. That didn't even get a look in. They would have put him a match payment. Fuck, Cowboys were like, all right, give it. Yeah, we'll take him,
You know Matthew,
and he's good.
He came on, I'm pretty sure.
He was a bit fierce when he came on.
Like 20,
Yeah, 60 minutes.
or whatever.
Guy was fierce.
That's what I noticed from him. He ran hard, he tackled hard, and he chased the ball.
It brought the aggression.
Wherever it was on that field, he was chasing and trying to force an error. Like he was involved in everything.
You know what's interesting is the Cowboys versus the Dragons next week.
Nice.
In Jubilee in Crocker.
Yeah, I'll see Matty after the game, hopefully.
Are we on to the game?
Yes, we can actually. When is it? Saturday?
Saturday, 5:30.
Okay, I'll see what. Yeah, you can come down.
Um,
I'll stamp your passport
there's only 2 games on. There's only 2 games on Saturday next week.
because there's a game on Thursday.
Because there's a game on Monday.
Monday, okay.
Rooster-
Good.
Eels and West
Yeah, that's
Tigers.
good. Are they bringing back Monday night footy permanently?
No,
or
it's just that one game they play every year.
I reckon
The Easter
they're
Monday
getting
game.
more teams. They got inevitably they'll have to do on
think they
Monday.
will.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
They just got to make sure
All
that
3 on Sunday, which
they
I don't
just
like.
got to make sure the teams
Sunday's
that
like family day. Guys.
Yeah.
they just got to make sure the teams that play on Monday don't play on Thursday or
Friday,
Friday. Yeah, they got to do that.
But look, great win by the Cowboys. Look, to the Storm, Will Warbrick scored 5 tries. I don't know. I felt
Four.
like... Sorry. 4 tries and Farlongo scored the other try. I kind of feel like the Melbourne Storm sort of also rocked up and just expected to win.
Too casual, silly.
Yeah, they were
But
way
this
too
is the
casual.
second
Silly,
game
threw
in
it
a row,
away. That was
where they don't close out in the second half.
they
Yeah.
threw it away.
Yeah.
Well, the other game they got showed up, but this one they threw it away. That was just
Bellamy was quite
3
vocal
tries
about
in
that.
7 minutes. I thought he was going to bash his team.
Yeah,
Did
and
you
he
see him in the
should've.
box?
Yeah.
He was
Bellamy was
livid.
quite vocal about this team hasn't been an 80-minute team since last year, right? Like the whole of last year, they didn't have an 80-minute.
They started off great first 2 rounds and then switched off. They got cocky. They got
Even
cocky.
after that, it hasn't been an
They got
80-minute performance.
yeah, they got cocky.
And Para, you probably don't need to show up for 80 minutes.
Yeah,
and
it's
still
look 100%. But they know they have a good team. They know they have the depth, and they know they can hit that gear when they want to. But they've come into these games like it's a bit like
Do you think it's choice or I don't think they got the next gear in them.
no, I think they do. I think it's attitude.
Yeah, I think Elmo's right. It's
I think
attitude.
they're versing Penrith next
They
week.
still got-
I
look-
think they're going to go 0-3.
I think they
for
will
the
go 3
longest
losses
time.
in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Where's this game at? Please be Para Stadium.
It is.
Yes.
It's
Combank?
Combank, yeah.
I've called it Para
Actually, let me
Stadium.
confirm,
But
sorry.
really,
Yeah, Combank,
really,
yeah.
you should be calling it Para Stadium.
But it's an interesting position that the Storm find themselves in. The truth is that I do think that they have a next level in them. I just don't think they have the level to match the Panthers.
I think Panthers got him next week.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think they do
But
have the next level in them compared to everyone else,
Yeah.
but they don't, like, even at their best, the Panthers are still better at the moment.
I don't even think they've got it against the Broncos.
I disagree.
Where the Broncos.
I reckon if them and the Broncos play 10 out of 10, I still think Broncos will get them.
10 out of 10 in a hypothetical, I think the Broncos do have them
Yeah.
in terms of pure talent, right? With no injuries.
Yeah.
The only
Just
reason,
their outside backs.
Yeah, I was gonna
are
say.
very concerning.
yeah,
very
the
concerning.
problem is Moses Leo cannot defend, and then they had that Solangi Tuamalatu Brown.
Number 19.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
number 19.
Were we watching the game? No, we weren't.
No,
I was
we
watching it at my mate's house. Yeah,
I
was thinking,
didn't
man,
think-
he just didn't have footy smarts.
Yeah, I just thought they.
Like, there was the ball that went straight into the goalpost. Like, bro, as if he didn't anticipate it was going to come back off the goalpost. You
Yeah.
know, the padding?
Yeah.
And he overran it.
They did
It's lucky he
lose
made it in
Howard
time.
As well,
Yeah,
hip
that,
injury.
yeah, then that was a
So it
problem.
put a spanner in the works,
Yeah,
but
and they had to bring on. I
it
think
was just very poor from the outside backs.
but it's not. You know, like we want to blame Moses Leo, but to be really honest with you, even though Will Warbrick is a great attacking winger, he's very poor defensively. I actually think he's very poor defensively, and they are missing Nick Meaney, who has been a staple in their back line for a few years now since he left the Dogs. So I don't like. Yeah, again, it's not like alarm bells or anything for
no, pack it up. Season's over.
for them, but I think they will really be up against Penrith. Look, if the Cowboys can beat the Storm, I think the Storm can beat the Panthers, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Look, it's an open competition for everyone except the Panthers. The Panthers are in their own league. Everyone else is playing for second spot.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's an open competition.
But I'm saying it may happen. Like there is a. It's probable, or it's possible but not probable. If that makes sense. So that's where
we're doing mathematics, guys.
maths. But look, great win to the Cowboys, very well deserved. And the thing is, it wasn't the ref that got them over the line. This was one where the Cowboys actually fought for 80 minutes.
Yeah. That's what surprised me the most. The fact that the game was open from at the 70th minute and they were still there to play.
Great win, and I don't know if the Cowboys have turned the corner just yet, but this is a very good sort of a step in the right direction. I still think that they'll be in the bottom 4.
Yeah.
I mean, Dragons last year, beat the Storm and, still came in the bottom 4. So,
Yep.
any last thoughts on the Cowboys and the Storm?
Dearden's got to pick it up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And obviously, Storm got a tough one this week. We'll see what happens.
Alrighty. Sharks and Raiders. Zaatar and I both tipped the Raiders and you tipped the Sharks. Great tip.
Raiders aren't it yet. And I don't think they'll probably be it this year. And Cronulla got humiliated at home last week. So I thought, that would have been a nice wake-up call. And he was a golden chance to get Canberra at home. I mean, Canterbury got it last week, so I couldn't see why Cronulla probably couldn't. They got a bit of attacking noose to them. And I stuck by my guns, and they got home in a tight contest.
Look, it was a good game. I got to admit, I did enjoy watching. I usually don't enjoy watching Sharks games. Credit where it's due. I thought Nico Hines was very, very good, as was Braden Trindle.
Yep.
I thought they were both excellent. They worked off each other well.
Will Kennedy for me was my performer of that game for him. I thought he was instrumental in attack and in defence. Like he kept popping up.
Yeah, he had
my man of the match for this game.
He had a Connor Tracy performance, if that makes sense. I feel like he had a really.
No, you compared Bailey Hayward to Cameron Smith last week.
I didn't.
Really?
No,
How did I miss this?
No, I compared the play. The play.
Wow. I can't believe it. I can't believe you compared the. Really, he glazed over.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
It really goes over he glazed over the 5th choice hooker for Canterbury. He's now the first choice.
I was going to say.
How is he a first choice?
I was actually going to say that Hayward has the potential to be better than Cameron Smith.
You didn't say that. Really? Did he say that? Oh, thank God.
I did, bro. Hayward's better than Cameron Smith.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I'm just thank God. You fooled me once and you fooled me twice. All right, shame on me.
I was going to say Adam Fanua-Blake, after 2 poor weeks, had a comeback performance where he ran for 220 meters, which I thought was fantastic. I thought Jesse Ramian, Kyle Iro, and Sione Katoa played very good on the back of Will Kennedy.
I don't like how he's called himself KL. Like, just KL, bro. Your father called you KL.
What's it to you, bro?
Yeah.
Your dad called you KL. Have respect to your heritage.
I can't believe you called yourself Dibbo. Like, was it?
Do you see me, abbreviating my name to KL?
You're right. But apparently it's to honor his dad.
Huh?
Apparently it's to honor his dad.
In what way?
Because they're the initials of his dad's name.
Kevin Iro, I don't know what his middle name was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just KL,
Yeah.
Honor his dad.
I'm with you.
Honor your dad by sticking to your name. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. I thought Teague Wilton had a good comeback, starting again. I thought Teague Wilton was good.
He'll get better as the year goes on. He's a good player. Jesse Colquhoun.
I'll be honest with you. I thought they won that game without any impact from, I reckon, Kafusi, Braden Ueli, and Toby Rudolph.
Rudolph was okay.
He was okay.
But you're right. They didn't need those other forwards near as much. It was Billy Burns, he popped up everywhere. But there was players that started from, they were absolutely, the whole starting team was pretty much instrumental.
I mean,
Rudolph
did start, and Hazelton was off the bench. But I thought Hazelton, when he came off the bench, was better than their other forwards.
But they were very instrumental, like a lot of their players. Great team performance. Sam Street.
Blake Brayley was back to his best, I thought, in his service and running and stuff.
Like Jesse Ramian's such a powerful...
Sorry?
AFB
That's
ran
what
for 200
Are you paying it? Are you falling asleep?
No.
That's what I was saying before.
No, I'm just saying.
Jesse Ramian's a powerhouse in defense. He's so powerful.
Yeah, I
Sam
can't believe...
Street finished well. Will Kennedy was my man of the match. Hindsight.
Nikoro dropped. Was it?
No, he's injured.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure injured or suspended. I think he's suspended.
Brendan Nakora?
Yeah,
1 week.
I think he's suspended.
Otherwise
He's definitely not dropped.
Billy
How would
Burns,
you drop
man.
Nikora?
Billy Burns.
That's all I was
Bro,
trying
I
to
love Nikora.
Yeah.
Nikora is one of the best players. Like, to be honest, I don't know. Like, the Sharks are apparently happy to let Jesse Ramian
go somewhere?
Yeah, test his worth on the market.
I know a few. I know a club that really needs you. Like and I can give you 2 spots, whichever one you want.
I think he'll go to the Bears.
Oh damn!
I think he might go to the Bears or the PNG Chiefs. I think he'll do well at the PNG Chiefs.
I don't think anyone wants to go to Papua New Guinea. That's the
I
problem.
don't-
Who did Savage?
I think everyone's
Was it
choice is-
Savage or
You know what's
Sagi?
crazy? Everyone's choice is other clubs, then the Perth Bears, and then Papua New Guinea.
No, of course.
That's what
Like,
it is.
You
And
want to go to an
it's
established club.
no, it's not that. They just don't want to go to Perth or
It's too
Papua New
far.
Guinea.
Yeah, it is.
It's too far, and you don't want to be in a club that you know is going to be at the bottom of the table immediately.
Like Maverick Guy is only ending up at Perth because his father used to play for him,
And because he's getting a payday and the Tigers didn't
and
want
he's
him.
and he's not, instead of getting paid like say 200 or 180, he's getting out of the Tigers. Perth will probably give him 350 or 400.
a
You
good-
get me?
good
Good
salary.
on him. Good for him.
One of the outside backs, I can't remember if it was Sasagi or Chris or Savage, that last try in the first half, I think it was.
Oh,
or
that was scintillating.
He just blitzed him on the outside.
Was it Savage? I think
It was
Savage.
Savage to and Weeks.
Savage.
Yeah, it was
No, it
Savage
was
and
Savage. It was
Savage to
Savage,
Weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just that nice little step.
He's fast.
and
I wish we had someone
right
like that.
on the outside.
He runs the 100 meters in sub 11 seconds.
Weeks
He's one of the
on losing
quickest.
Side also, I thought had a really good game.
Tamale was good.
And I really felt
Oh,
sorry for him.
Tamale's bro, what
Yeah.
a winger.
He's
What
gone from
a
strength
what a
to
Shane
strength.
Flanagan. Oh, I'll let you go.
Bro, hell. And he also lets the only Finau go. Like, bro, how does that happen? How do you, like, can you imagine you had
All
him
right,
on
let
your wing?
Finau go, but Savalia Tamale to me is way better.
Yeah, I agree. Sevilla Tamale has been, bro, he's like the form winger of the competition.
He's gone from strength to strength.
Fantastic.
He runs hard.
Oh,
he makes
bro.
good meters. He's quick.
Bro, do you see where they said just? You see what I'm saying? They just got to pay him out his 2 years and see you later.
They won't. They won't. Because there's no
Coward
good
club,
options.
because they're a coward.
There's no good options.
because they're a coward.
Are they going to
club.
bring in Den Young
No.
then?
Throw up some names and I'll give you someone.
There's no good options.
Hey, listen, any option besides him and Dean Young and Trent Barrett? And who else? Can
I mean, honestly,
it's
I
a good
wouldn't
option.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get rid of Shane Flanagan and bring in Trent Barrett.
Oh,
as
of
a
course.
coach.
Just seeing that club, they probably would.
Um,
He's a premiership winning assistant coach at Brisbane, of course.
All right, on to the Raiders. You mentioned KO Weeks had a great game. Sevilla Tamale, great game. I thought Xavier Savage this game was quite good.
Yeah.
Um,
Their forwards were below par, I
very
thought.
below. I think they were below par against us as well.
Yeah, Cronulla's forwards were better.
Um,
They got a good, talented team, man. They got a stacked team. That's why I still say they'll pick it up, but just haven't hit their straps yet.
Can I say, I think Corey Holsborough has been, it's not that he's played poorly, he's had too many brain snaps and he's going back to that 2023 sort of era where he was dropped because he was too hot-headed and he's not playing with the clear mind that he was last year.
What happened with Morgan Smithies? Was he just below par?
No, you was being just kept out because you had.
Yeah, he just overachieved, I felt like, last year. I didn't rate him.
You had Tapane.
He reminds me of
Well, he
Nathan
started
Brown.
him at prop.
He reminds me,
started him at
of
prop.
Nathan Brown. Once he
Um,
gets found out, that's it.
Ran for a whopping 37
Yeah,
meters.
which was very disappointing. You know, I think even Tom Starling at hooker this year hasn't been as effective.
No zip.
Yeah, no zip at all.
Where's the other guy that's normally was deputised?
Paddy?
Yeah, where is he?
He's got him in
He's got him in
New
reserve
South
grade,
Wales
yeah.
club.
Why?
He wants him to continue learning.
Yeah, continue.
What do you mean?
building
He
his
did
craft.
good last year.
I
Wasn't
think, I think it was great last year.
Yeah.
It was great.
Came on
To
the
be
bench.
honest, like I
Anyways.
trust Ricky with all his juniors. Like he's blooded them
Look,
at the
Rick,
right
I
time and
still
brought them in
think
at the
they'll
right
pick
time.
it up. They just haven't hit their straps yet. That's why I thought, nah, I'm not tipping them. I'm tipping Cronulla. This is a good time for Cronulla to beat them.
Yeah, I honestly thought they were below par in their forwards, where generally they are above. Hudson Young had a good game, as always. Noah Martin was sort of nowhere to be seen, which is typical.
Oh, that's harsh, man. Like he was there. Like his runs were good. He didn't get enough ball, in my opinion. That right side didn't get enough ball at all. They keep swinging back to left where Huddy Young is.
He was a hard
but
worker.
It's just not going to the right enough at all.
I honestly reckon they should start Zach Hosking and get Noah Martin off the bench. I just think Zach Hosking...
They got a stack forward pack.
They do. They have a stacked forward
Like-
and second row pack.
Like, can you see why Pasami Solo and but he's got to release a few more forwards.
He won't. I don't think they can anymore.
I'm just hoping we nab two of them.
But yeah,
I'll take Zach Hoskins.
I just thought overall the Sharks came with a better attitude, and the Sharks started a lot faster, and I thought the Raiders were always on the back foot. Sure, they got very close, but like it was 22-all at one point, but it always looked like the Sharks could go to that next level.
It was a very tiring game.
It was
They were
very
struggling.
very, very tiring game. Beautiful conditions down there.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful
they were
conditions.
breathing heavy.
Jeez,
They were blowing heavy both sides. Did you see them? They were fatigued.
It was just disappointing.
Wow,
Both
it was
teams.
a
Both teams
what
were
a
dropping
game.
The ball. Like I felt
What
Raiders
a game.
were dropping the ball every time there was like a
Very,
try
very
to
ill
be
discipline.
scored.
Ill discipline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just when there was a try to score, like in the third, fourth, or fifth tackle in attacking position, they dropped the ball.
Yep.
And
With-
they didn't defend off it. They didn't defend.
Yeah, they weren't
areas
able
at
to
all.
defend their mistakes.
which brings us to the match of the round.
Any last thoughts on the Sharks and the Raiders? So just quickly,
It's going to be a long season for the Sharks. I think they're going to keep going win, loss, win, loss.
And then pick it up, and then win towards the end of the year and make scrape to like.
so
fifth
next
or
week
fourth.
they've got the Sharks.
Warriors.
They've got the Warriors at Cronulla.
Didn't they already play him once this year?
No.
Okay. That was the Dolphins.
And the
sorry.
Raiders have the Knights at McDonald Jones Stadium.
yeah.
I think they'll be two good games. I think
They are.
they'll be two good games.
It's going to be two really good games.
Yeah, so it's very interesting.
Very good.
All right, last game.
Match of the round. That was probably the worst game. That was torture watching that.
Titans 22, Dragons 14.
That was the
Off to you, Dibbo.
That was the worst game I've seen all year, and there's a reason why.
Talking to that camera.
There's a reason why both teams are running last and second last.
Yep.
That was torture to watch. Like, I wanted to turn off the TV. I didn't tip the Dragons. I tipped the Titans.
You did?
If anything, I thought the Dragons got the better rub of the green. It's like the bunker and the refs were co-conspiring to keep the Flanagans in a job. That's what it felt like. Honestly, the Dragons got a few favourable bunker calls. Like, wasn't that a try for Philip Sami in the corner? Mind you, Sami was great.
He signed with the Dragons.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't know what. I mean, all right, I'll take him, but as long as they release some of the deadwood there, I'll take him. And as long as I don't expect him to be a starter. But they even got some favourable calls on the field. There was literally no attack on the left-hand side again. Leilua tried all day.
He did. You could tell that
Tried all day. I don't know what Josh Kerr's doing. Was he even out there? I don't remember.
I thought
Imre Gula tried hard in the second.
Saw's non-stop.
No, Saw was below par.
You reckon?
I'll tell you what, Luciano Leilua absolutely outperformed him. And Saw kept dropping the ball. What annoys me is Hamish Stewart keeps coming off the bench. Why don't you start the guy? I don't get it. He's almost their best player week in, week out.
I agree.
Why?
Yeah, I agree.
Why? Like, I'm going to get to his Deadwood selection. So I'll start at the fullback. He's got no defense. He can't catch a ball. And he can't seem to do anything in attack except for go sideways. They go so sideways in attack.
Wait, so you are talking about Clint Gutherson, right?
Gutherson or Clint Cuthbertson, I'm going to start calling him.
Cuthbertson.
Right? Honestly, or Clint Gutterson, he comes in, he destroys Tyrell Sloan's confidence, saying he can't defend. You brought me in Clint Gutherson on 800,000 a season, and he can't seem to do anything at all. He's been the worst fullback in the comp for the first month. He's been one of the worst Dragons players on the field. Like, he's literally assisting the other team. He can't seem to do anything. Like, it's time to drop him. It's time to drop him. I don't care, on the bench or in the 22. It has to.
It won't.
It has to. If he's a coach, he'll do it. If he's not a coach, resign or let him sack you. Take your pick. They got to sack him. They got to move him on. That's one problem. Other problem is I don't see what Christian Tuipulotu is well below par. I mean, he's only a winger. I'm sure there's plenty of good wingers to go. Yeah, exactly. I'm losing by 40, but let's do this. Score now if you can. All right. Valentine Holmes tries hard. He was a bit found wanting in defence again, but he's always there as a threat.
Yeah.
Tyrell Sloan scored right away. Good, he did a few good runs.
He's looking a bit bigger as well.
You know what burns me? They've destroyed his confidence, right? And he's still scoring and trying, right? Imagine him with confidence playing at fullback. Last year scored 17 tries, or 19 tries in 17 games, the other way around, whilst low on confidence. Can you imagine?
You're getting dropped.
Like, you know what? Shane Flanagan's got a hard on for him. The guy, he gave him 2-3 games and he dropped him. Like, Gutherson's had for how long? And he can't catch, can't pass. I'm sorry, he can't catch, can't defend. Man, he can't. He's non-existent in defence. He just misses all these tackles.
But that's like Seraldo saying, "Oh, he's got to move Galvin from 7." They're not gonna like give up on their pet projects just because.
But this guy's been horrendous for over a year. And like, why do you? If you want to use your principles, use it against Gutherson. Also, they need a spark in attack. Sloan's got to go to fullback. He was always a great spark in attack. They tried to pick it on in his defence. Yeah. Right, that's the next part.
Especially with Daniel Atkinson, I think they could combine very well.
Yeah. Like Hayden Buchanan, he's only still young. I don't think he's anyway for the centres for the Dragons.
I agree.
I don't think he'll be ever a career player at the Dragons. I don't think he's in. But look, at the moment, he's everyone's favourite player, and I'm going to get to that. So we'll get to Kyle Flanagan now. Non-existent in attack. I don't know how he gets to kick the ball. He's not a natural kicker of a ball in general play.
I agree.
I've never seen someone unnatural at kicking it, and He gets the kick in first grade. He's not a natural kicker.
He has a very slow
I
kicking
don't know.
action.
Yeah, but it's not. It's unnatural.
Yeah.
Right. And then he was honestly, no kidding. He was a speed hump on that left hand side. Arana Howe, or whatever his name is. Amara Howe. What's his name?
Arama Howe.
Yeah, right. He kept absolutely steamrolling him. I think he hit 2 tries were a direct result of him missing one-on-one tackles.
Yeah.
Right, and then obviously he got absolutely cleaned up by Hayden Buchanan in friendly fire. He was out. Unfortunately, he was out cold for five
Honestly,
or
I hope
so
he's
minutes.
okay.
Yeah,
I
I
hope
hope
he's
health-wise
okay.
he's okay. But it seems like a really unfortunate incident has now forced Shane Flanagan's hand to not choose his son when something that should have happened 2 years ago. Right, Daniel Atkinson. Now I'll move on from that because there's just honestly a lot of look. I'll go back to that. A lot of Dragons fans actually cheered when that happened.
Which is, I
And you know what? It's not
that.
because they're absolute pricks. It's because it's got to that point where this is the only way we're going to have him out of our lineup and not chosen at 6. Because he's absolutely been offering nothing, and Shane's been all about nepotism. And because he's so loyal to his son, and I expect him to be, but mate, your job is on the line. This guy that cannot attack, cannot defend. And now bring us to the next guy. Daniel Atkinson's copping unfair flack in the media. He's been doing everything on the right hand side and getting absolutely no support. And you sit there and let him cop the what's it called, criticism with your son. Man, the guy's played out of his skin. He's trying to get him out of trouble with kicking and all that, and he's done well on the right hand side. That's why they've scored so many tries on the right hand side. But what's happening on the left hand side? You know,
Atkinson has been one of the buys of the season in the
I'm
whole
not going to say
competition.
he's wild this season, but he's doing it.
One of.
And then he's copping unfair
Sorry, I think he's
criticism.
one
But
of.
sorry, isolate your son and let him cop the. Did you see Flanagan in the coach's box every time his son stuffed up? Like, he must have been questioning himself. Like, you know, geez, our 5F's crap. Oh, shit, he's my son. I have to choose him.
Yeah.
Props, Blake Laurie, sure, you know, like the other guys all injured. Dragons got a fair bit of players out that nobody realised. I think they had about half a dozen players out that nobody seemed to realise. But besides that, your depth, your replacement players, like Josh Kerr, man, when you're playing for the Dolphins, there was that game against the Drags, you absolutely annihilated us. Where have you been? Blake Laurie, sure, he gives 100%, but not effective for us. You know, it might be good as extended bench player. Found wanting. Cookie, I still reckon Little should start. And look, Cookie plays too many minutes.
I agree.
Luciano Leilua was trying his ass off. Jaden Saw was trying, but kept chopping the ball. Hamish Stewart, fantastic, but why is he on the bench?
Yeah, why is he not starting?
Why does he start? I know you want to use Hame there. Hame, I reckon, is more effective off the bench.
I agree. I just also agree with that.
I mean, liking King Toga was never going to get a run, but, you know, he was fortunate he hadn't used Loka Pacific Tonga, the number 17, yet. He was fortunate.
when
With
Kyle
15 minutes to go, somehow he hasn't used Loco yet. Halangahu comes on with 20 minutes to go.
No, Halangahu didn't play.
Didn't he?
No, he didn't play.
He announced number 16 was coming on.
No, Halangahu didn't play.
Are you sure?
Yeah, so they used Josh Kerr, Hayden Buchanan, Terrell Sloan, Lycan King Togia.
No, Sloan started.
Yeah, and then once... No, I'm pretty...
Setu 2 dropped.
Yeah, Setu 2 was dropped. So, look, Halangahu didn't play. Halangahu and...
Oh, so he didn't use 2 benches?
Yeah. He didn't use either Halangahu or Loco Pacific.
That is insane.
Like, why wouldn't you at least use a Loco Pacific Tonga or Jacob Halang? Like,
that is insane. I saw his number 16 flash up. It was coming on with 20 to go. But I was trying to find him on the field.
It was 22 that came on, Lycan King Togia.
No, but there was I remember reading it, Halangahu's coming on, and I was actually looking for him. And I didn't seem to find him. So, you know what? Actually makes sense. I was trying to look to see if he came on.
I think he would have had an impact.
But, like, why haven't you used this guy who's, you know, why haven't you used your 2 young forwards when your team was clearly struggling for an impact? Why? Like, you name them and you have confidence in them.
How do you fix it?
How do you fix it?
How do you fix it?
Either he makes those calls, cutthroat calls, and stop picking your usuals,
Yeah.
or the board makes the calls for him. Either make those... The board's got to give him an ear bashing, honestly. They got to tell him, if you don't perform the next few weeks, you're out. We couldn't care if you pay you for the next few years. We couldn't care. Honestly, he's got to make the call and say, Gutherson, you're out. You've been one of our worst. That's step one. Liking King Toga is either going to go to 6 or Katie Reid's got a debut at 7 or Atkinson at 6. He gets one of the Couchman twins back next week. Loco's got to get a run. Halangahu's got to get a run. He's got a big bopper in reserve grade called Jacob Webster. He's got to give him a chance. He's got, for some reason, Ryan Hutchison, who was in the 22 this week. Yeah. He's got to start giving these young guns a run. He's got some great backs in the lower grades that could walk in the wing position or in the centres, and they're big boys. They don't even get a look in. Justin O'Neill from the Dogs?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he get a look in?
Can I ask you, do you think at 9, do you think I think they've
Little's
changed-
gotta start.
Little's got to start.
I know Cook's been good, but Cook's really effective off the bench as well. He gets big minutes anyway,
But then if
Little's
you
wasted.
I actually don't think if Cook. I don't mind if Cook was to start,
But not
and
as
then you
long
bring
minutes.
Little in, and then you
Earlier.
move, thing to 13.
No.
Cook to
No.
13.
Bring Little in. You can bring Little in earlier. You don't necessarily need to keep Cook on the field. You can take him off
Mate,
and inject him again.
But it just looks like there's a tactic that
He's
that
got to
employing.
understand. He's got he gets up to 25 players or 30 now. What don't the last 5 activate after a certain round?
22. Oh, after round 11.
You get up to 30.
No, 30, and then you get the 5 development players
Don't know
after
about
round
the
11.
development. He's got to understand he's got a 30-man squad. He's literally choosing me the same players week in, week out for the last 2 years. Honestly, Christian Tuipulotu needs to, Buchanan, he's not it. I know Sully was off, but Sully was in poor form. Like, if I go through the whole lineup, I'm not even going to judge Tyrell Sloan's his first game, but the only ones that literally get a pass this year is Val Holmes. He hasn't been his
I think he's been good for you guys.
Atkinson, Cook, Leilua, Sua, Salah, I'll still give him a pass. He's been good when he's played him. Stewart, Little hasn't even played much,
That's it.
And then the rest, Lotongi hasn't even played enough minutes to even be considered. And the Castle twins get a pass, and that's it. He's honestly had about half the team have been horrendous. Like, out of 20 players he's used, half have been failures, abysmal failures, real bad. Like, you can literally pick him out.
I'll be honest with you. I think Gutherson and Tuipulotu.
Gutherson's been his worst. Him and Kyle Flanagan have been the 2 worst players this year.
Well, I know that.
Followed by Tuipulotu and Moses Sully.
I know that Flanagan cops a lot of flack, but I swear to God, Gutherson doesn't cop enough flack.
Of
For the
course
Dragons.
not. Not
Well,
even
he doesn't.
close.
Well, he doesn't.
Doesn't barely get to mention.
Like last year.
These journos aren't journos. They're piss poor journos.
They'll rip into Flano and say Gutho should go.
Like,
into six.
just show you what a bunch of pussies these journos are. Not one of them could turn around and rip into kick out at halftime against the Knights for being a cat and taking 2 hit-ups. Not one of them wanted to turn around and call him out for what he was and bitching it. These aren't journos. They're kiss asses. Like, and then you go after Moses Sully and Tuipulotu, and then your next worst would be basically Gula, Josh Kerr, he's got good minutes, and then you go Laurie, and then, you got about 10 players have been absolutely piss poor, and they keep getting runs week in, week out.
Can I ask you a question, right?
Right.
We said last week, if they lose to the Titans, changes need to be made.
100%.
Do you think these changes will be made?
Well, now his son's been concussed.
Well, that's a forced change.
Of course.
But I think...
No, he will. You don't lose to last and keep the same team at all.
Well,
I guarantee
now you are last, so it doesn't...
I guarantee you, Monday or Tuesday, the board will be calling a meeting with him. I've actually got mail. They actually approached him during the week. If you don't win this week, we'll be having a meeting next week.
Yeah, because it's obvious, though.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, it's like the Dogs. I know, I go back to the Dogs, but it's very similar to the Dogs. The problems are obvious.
How is it
very obvious?
How is it round 4 and it's got nothing to do with his son getting concussed because either Cook could have went into the 6 or Gutterson could have went to the 6? How is it now finally to round 4 with an underperforming team to finally choose Loco Pacific Tonga and Jacob Halangahu and still not give him minutes? You just fucked up again.
Granted, I think his son got injured, so he had to activate Lycan King.
And can you understand why there was an almighty cheer heard from Cogra to Wollongong?
That's very harsh, but
It's not harsh.
It is.
It finally took that. Did you read the tweets during the game?
I did.
They were attacking him for everything, for his defense, for his running game, for his kicking game. They were even attacking. There was even memes running about his father saying, "Sheesh, our 6 is shit." Yeah. Lo and behold, he was getting slaughtered for that first hour. Lo and behold, minutes later, his son goes down from a missile. There was an almighty cheer. There was no feeling sorry. This was nothing about feeling sorry. It had to get to that.
That's definitely harsh, man. It's got nothing to do with
Imagine, how do you feel as a player that all your fans cheered, literally 99% of your fans cheered, that you got absolutely concussed?
I think there's more anger towards the coach for
No, but how did it? Yeah, of course. No one blames the son. They blame the father. But how does it feel as a player or as a club that 99% of your fans are absolutely up in happiness that he's now out?
Can I point something out? You remember Brad Arthur at the Eels? His son, Jake Arthur, was there.
Yeah,
right?
that was
played a couple of games.
He was horrible.
He was no.
He was only good in reserve grade.
Fair. But let me make this point, right? After 2 games,
Where's the other son, Matt Arthur?
he's at the Knights.
He's
He's
alright.
good dummy half. Jake Arthur left the Knights, I think, as well.
He's in England.
Yeah, he's in England.
Is that Leeds with his father?
I hope he's doing well.
I hope so too.
What did Brad Arthur say to Jake Arthur after the Eels fans came after Jake Arthur?
Leave the club.
Leave the club. Why? He said, I had to act as a father first and protect my son.
He went all right at Manly.
Oh, no, he didn't.
He went all right.
No, he didn't.
Tried to find his feet.
No. But Brad Arthur knew that it was counterproductive for him at the Eels and for his son at the Eels to both be there while this fan base didn't like him. And he knew that his son was limited in his capability. So he made the right decision.
Let me
Habib Albner,
Let me tell you something.
yeah. Flanagan can't make the tough, honest call with his son. Like, he should tell Kyle, son, it's going to be a tough year. Make your decision that you're leaving. Make the decision that you're going to
Just sign them for another 3 years.
That's my point.
The guy just bought a waterfront home in Caringbah. Fuck, somebody's got to line his pockets.
Bro,
I'm not sounding sussy, am I? I'm actually sounding on the point. I'm calling out for what it is.
No. I mean, look.
I'll just point out a lot of these players that have fathers that were former first graders or coaches, former coaches or current. I mean, they've got a head start on everyone. From when they're the age up, they already know how they're going to train, what to eat, what to do right, like how to conduct yourself. But that's where it should end. Honestly, a lot of these guys play first grade and they play X amount of games, and a lot of them should never have played first grade.
Yeah, like Cleary.
You know what? He's actually exceptional. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Ask me why he's the exception.
Why?
Because he never started off playing rugby league.
He started off union.
Soccer.
Yeah. Soccer?
In New Zealand, he was playing soccer. And then one day, I think his father relented, but when he was 13, he went to go play. At 30, he finally played league when he was 13. Read this up.
Wow.
In New Zealand, and he absolutely killed him.
It's insane.
He killed him. Anyway, they moved back to Sydney for Penrith and whatnot. What's he called? And you know what Jerome Lai said, and a few of those other who's angry eyes is at Roosters. Where's he
Spencer
been?
Leniu.
Where's he been?
He's injured.
And guess what they said? They go, Cleary was making us cry in the juniors every week every year for the grand final because he'd kill him by himself. This was a guy who didn't have his father ordering him around. We're doing 5x50 meter sprints. We're doing this for training. You're going to lurk on this. You're going to kick the ball like this. He didn't have his father telling him that. Father didn't want him to play. He was playing soccer.
He
was just naturally talented and all that.
Can I also say,
people don't realise this about Cleary. He was a natural talent.
Even Ricky Stewart, right? His son Jed Stewart, he could easily have said,
he
could easily have said, "I'm keeping my son on the wing," but no, he knows Sevilla Tamalo is a good player. He's told his son, "You're on the extended bench. I'm choosing who I think is best for the team." He's got Savage on one wing.
He's lucky he's even played first grade.
No. But Ricky Stewart is honest and I guess courageous enough to say to his son, "You are not good enough, or you're not as good."
Ricky's got this older son that's a doppelganger for him. Have you seen Ricky's older son? He's a mirror image of him. Didn't you see when Jed debuted, they had Ricky's older son? And the crowd was like the biggest fan for Jed. Ricky's another one. He didn't force his son to play footy, the older one. If he didn't want to play, he didn't want to play.
Yeah, but I'm saying the way he's treating Jed is you are another player in the 19 like everybody else. If we'll put you on the extended bench, if we have an injury in the back, so you can come on. Otherwise, I'm not going to force you into a position that I know I have better players for.
Yeah.
And that's respect. That's respect. But, it's these coaches make or put a lot of pressure on their players. And I'll go back to Seraldo. Okay, Galvin isn't his son, but he brought on a 19-year-old in very, very controversial circumstances. And instead of shielding him and protecting him by making decisions that are right for him, he's throwing him under the bus. In my opinion, the way Seraldo is working or treating Galvin, he's throwing Galvin under the bus. Given that our attack is so poor, everyone's blaming Galvin, but really this is a coaching problem. Like with Shane, this is not a Kyle Flanagan problem. No one will ever say, "Hey, drop me."
The guy's on 800,000 a season or whatever it is, right? You think he would go and protect him, right? But no. And the same thing with Tyrell Sloan. What's Tyrell Sloan on? 300K? Fucking Flanagan throws him under the bus. Yeah, that was disgusting. But Gutherson and his son get protected like no tomorrow. It's just it's ridiculous. Anyways, that's me. I mean, just on the Dragon side of things, on the Gold Coast, I feel just quickly before you guys
completely forgot about the Titans.
The Titans, honestly, I think are horrendous anyway. And I actually did tip them, but I do think if they do meet again this year, the Dragons will tail them up. I still think the Titans will get last. I was saying it. I win this week. A lot of people are still saying it. Titans are just a shambles. Like, their coach, what's his name? Josh Hannay's going to have a long season, I'll tell you now. But you guys give me your takes, what you think. I mean, if he's won it.
Pretty poor.
But that was the worst game of the year.
Yeah.
It was the worst. In all honesty, they should have still won by 3 tries.
Tino still hasn't hit his straps. I'm not sure what's happening with Tino.
That was
His
so
form really
rubbish.
down.
Like Arama Howe scored 2 beautiful runaway tries. That
I
probably helped
think
the
he's a
cause.
shining light there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jaden Campbell plays out of his skin. They're just horrible.
I thought honestly,
Hey, the winger was good. Philip Summy was
Summy,
fantastic.
okay.
Yeah, he was good. He was in everything. Oh, what's the stats? Show us the stats. 71. Oh, no, sorry, go up.
So,
240 meters.
Luciano made 200 meters.
Yeah, 100%.
He was phenomenal. He was the best player for the Dragons.
Do you know who else I thought was okay for the Titans? I don't know if you guys agree. I thought Cooper Bai was good. I thought Cooper Bai was...
He was the big tall guy in the green headgear. He needs more minutes.
He does need more minutes, but he was good. And I'll tell you what I liked about this team. They've moved AJ Brimson to centre.
Yeah, he
they
did well.
played Campbell at 7, and they played Lachlan Elias.
Couldn't
at
they
5'8".
couldn't they play Brimson at fullback? That Kinney was doing nothing.
Thank you for mentioning it. Kinney has had a really poor start to the season.
He's put on a bit of weight. He's not as agile as he used
Also,
to be.
every game he's dropping the ball once or twice. Every single game. I actually think I agree with you. Drop Kinney until he
Why?
regains confidence. Brimson goes to fullback.
Man, it was great. Brimson runs hard.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. I agree with you 100%. I think that Kenny's been poor, as you said, Zaatar. Tino's been not at the same level, and he ran for 132 meters. Arama Howe ran for 166 meters. I feel like their discipline and their ball control has been so poor.
Tino dropped the ball cold.
Yeah, like
A
multiple
few times.
Yeah.
Like someone wasn't his fault. They threw it around his ankles.
Yeah,
They were
so-
trying to get the ball out to try to score, you know. Both
Fermor
went.
ball cold as well.
He went all right. He went good again.
he went-
He tries.
Oh,
He went good. He went good.
Everyone tries.
He went good. AJ Brimson went decent.
I
Yeah,
just thought overall, like if I had to, I mean, this game was painful to watch. Thank you for calling it out.
Like, you know what? Gold Coast had about good 4 or 5 players that were standouts that helped them get home. How obviously Philip Sami,
Jaden Campbell,
Jaden,
fantastic.
Brimson. You know, there was 4 or 5 players that got him home.
Yeah.
You know,
Can I be honest with you? I think players like Moaki Foraweka, Bo Formore, Chris Randall, some of these guys need to be moved on. They need a bit of a clean out.
maybe
I
not
think that's
Fermor.
what's going to happen. I think they've got too much. I think
Fermor was good and Randall's good.
I
The
think they've got-
Wakers, they've given him a good salary and he's been below par.
He has-
That's
I
why they
think-
benched him today.
Hannah's been there like
4 weeks.
2 months.
I said it before.
2 months, like,
I
from
don't.
last season.
There's nothing to rate with him as a coach.
Yeah, I know, but you have to give him time as a coach as well.
Of course, but I'm like everyone's talking him up. I'm like, on what basis?
You just have
What's he
to-
shown us?
Well, at least
What
he's
has he
proven
shown
as
us?
an assistant coach. Well, now he's taken the team.
He's 1-3. Good luck for him.
Better than Shane Flanagan this year.
Of course. Flanagan, I said, of
he
course,
just
it needs to
needs
go.
time to. I think
Technically,
Most
this is a
coaches-
better start than Riles had last year. So
we just have to give a coach I'd say 2 years to see if he
Couple
starts
of
putting
years.
Of
in
course,
place and
of
building a
course,
team.
Yeah,
of course. I always say a coach has got to be given 3 or 4 years, and if they haven't won a grand final or close to winning a grand final, see you
Well,
later.
shown
Great fun.
something.
Well, it showed at least clear signs of.
They got to move
Like
them on.
going from last to even second last is going to be improvement for this team.
Yeah, anything will be an improvement. Look, I think they still need some time till they hit their straps, but a lot of their players are just
There's
going
just a
through
lot
the
of
motions.
fundamental errors,
Yeah,
a
they're
lot
just
of
going through the
fundamental
emotions.
stuff.
All right. They are facing the Broncos next week, so it's probably going to be more pain for the Titans.
Yeah, I'll go Broncos. Dragons got the Cowboys.
Or unless it's another one of those upsets where the Titans beat the Broncos.
Oh, mate.
That'll be
They've
amazing.
done that over the years.
But yeah, I mean, with that, we have sort of come to the end of the
Finally.
podcast. We've done a full review. If you're still here, if you watched everything, please give us a thumbs up.
Where'd you get that coffee from?
Give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Let us know your thoughts, please. If there's anything that you hear while you're watching, be sure to give us a comment down below. If you're listening to us on Spotify, we love you guys. We love all your support. Please also feel free to leave some comments. But yeah, with that, we've enjoyed this. We love doing the reviews. It's a long review, but we're going to do it and we love it. And we'll definitely catch you in the next one. If you are watching this, we will be live on Tuesday night at around 8 p.m.
Beauty.
Be sure to follow us or join us there. Thank you very much and have a good one.
Adios.